Works for me.
There we go.
Works for me.
See
Okay,
our faces.
you're live.
Pretty neat.
You're live. Awesome. What is up, everybody? Toshi here, along with my friend Kevin, to give you the PoGoRaids Champions Division Draft. This will be round 6. Really looking forward to getting into some battles today. How are you doing, Kevin?
I am doing very well, Toshi. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Yeah,
Watched a couple. Oh, go ahead.
Yep, I just finished self tournament from Panics. I finished 6-1, so I get to wait that and just put that stress out of the way for the Jodo event starting tomorrow. But
That's
today,
awesome.
here we are going to be covering some awesome Master League classic battles in the Champions Division draft format. So basically, for anyone those who are not familiar with the draft, this is basically you have a whole roster of battlers choose Pokemon from a list of eligible Pokemon used for Master League Classic, and basically once the pick is gone, you can ban the league. You just have to choose whatever's available, right? So this could create to some very interesting teams where the battlers would have to be forced to use Pokemon that they're not familiar with, and you're gonna have to learn them pretty quickly. And this is what separates, from doing just standard GPL Go Battle League, where you're just choosing any 3 Pokemon you're doing it. But in the draft format, you're forced to sort of be familiarized with a lot more Pokemon at hand, especially matchups. So I'd like to pass it on to you, Toshi, see what is coming up for this round 6 of the Champions Division draft.
Absolutely, Kevin. Really looking forward to it. Like you said, these kind of draft formats really test your ability to play with a huge variety of Pokemon. You really have to dig deep into what is available to you. If we want to take a look at the teams that we'll be watching today, and the teams that everybody drafted, we can get started on that in a second. I took a look at these teams last week, and they're really deep. A lot of like the first couple rounds are obviously the teams, the Pokemon that you're familiar with, like the Dialga, the Giratina, etc. And then as you get into rounds 3, 4, 5, 6, you start looking at Pokemon that don't typically show up in Master League, but have some really interesting meta matchups that are going to be really fun to look at.
Yeah, some of these picks will be, for example, picks that you will never see in the Master League Classic. For example, the Regirock and the Regis are very interesting picks for the Master League Classic. Also, all the other dragons that you probably might not see, Huron, Zekrom. Well, Zekrom is also there, but Reshiram maybe as well could be a very interesting dragon. It has a lot of play against different types of things, like the Togekiss matchup, for example. So I'm looking forward to seeing the variety of matchups and the battles that we're all going to get here in this round. So I'm already looking forward to see what the players here going to be bringing, and then the matchups we will be looking at for today. So today we will be doing 7 sets of battles. Each set will consist of 4 battles per pairing, and basically the way the format works is that every pair of battlers will battle each other 4 times. They could go 4 wins, 3 wins and 1 loss, 2 wins and 2 losses. If you tie a set, you go 2 and 2, you get 1 point, and if you lose a set, you go 1 for your 0-4, you get obviously no points for that matchup. But obviously, what makes these battles interesting is that it encourages these battlers to look up matchups that they're not necessarily familiar with, and then use some of these unfamiliar matchups to exploit some holes on how can you basically create an advantage against, let's say, a meta pick like Dialga, for example, since you might need to team it up to lure it out, put it in the back, and see what you can work with. So I'm very excited to see the level of strategy and thinking that these battlers have come up with, not only in the way that they craft and draft their teams, but also the way and how they think their opponents. So for this format, because every battler faces different opponents, battlers can freely change the moves they have on all their team of 6. So this is not like your standard self-tournament where you have to stick with a move set for all 6 Pokemon and you're running through all the way. They give you here the flexibility to change all your moves. So we're going to definitely see a lot of move changes between these Pokemon and the battlers here. So let's move on.
The quick note: you cannot change your movesets between battles in one match, but like Kevin said, you can change it between rounds, and we will be seeing multiple rounds today depending on which battle we see. So the movesets might change, and it might be pretty interesting. Also, you are not tied into a shadow or a non-shadow. you can go with either a shadow variant or a non-shadow variant between rounds as well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing whether we get some shadow variants today and how those change the individual matchups that they're in.
That is
It'll
fit. That is very new. I'm actually not familiar with it, but that's going to create for some really awesome gameplay. For example, anyone having the Shadow Gardevoir or the Shadow Tyranitar, are we going to see some of those today? Because that's going to really spice up some of these matchups. I can't wait to see if those are going to come into play.
Absolutely. Similarly, Pokemon like Swampert, the Shadow variant actually has quite a different matchup profile.
Oh
So
yeah.
that'll be good to see as we get into it. We should have the draft teams up in a hot second, and we can go over the teams a little bit more in depth, and talk about the bracket as well, and what we're going to be doing there. If we can get the draft on screen. And to give you a little bit of a intro into the bracket, the bottom four teams get relegated. So as Kevin mentioned earlier, the point system, it's 2 points for a win, one for a tie, and zero for a loss. And those bottom four teams are going to need to get points as quickly as possible to end up in the top six and avoid relegation as we get towards the latter ends of this tournament.
Sounds good. And now we're just waiting for our matchups. Having Heracross as a somewhat softer counter, but then Ho-Oh, Gudra, and the Mewtwo with the Regi score sort of like encompass
Oh,
that
Kevin,
core pretty.
is the stream up on your computer? And if it is it muted? Because that could be where the echo's coming from.
It's I have the stream open, but it's muted. I turn it off.
Right, yeah,
Like
no, mine's muted as well, so it's not. I
okay,
just wanted to make sure that it wasn't one of us who had it open and unmuted.
okay, yeah. Like I have the stream open, but like when I turn the volume, it says mute, so I have the option to unmute, so I could just come in and just type in chat because let me do
Oh,
that.
is Kevin not muted on Ninja? That could be it.
Okay, try that. Is it better? Because I muted myself just now on Ninja.
Yeah, that could have been where the issue, where the echo was coming from. Then, if you weren't muted on Ninja.
Okay. that makes sense because Ninja's also picking up my voice, right? That's
Yes.
just the thing. Okay, so hopefully that should
Wait, no. Apparently it's still there.
really
It's us versus the Echo right now. Let's just
really.
so can chat, can you hear us, or is it just with the echo? And is it an echo when both of us talk? Okay, it does appear to be when both of us talk.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
yeah, so it's wonderful. I can still understand y'all. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
I can still understand y'all. Okay, that's good.
No worries. Absolutely no rush. Even with the echo.
Yeah, I mean the echo typically isn't too bad.
Mhm.
It's typically just a slight delay. So I'm not surprised that they can understand us.
Right.
I'm not surprised that they can understand us. Are we muted now, or are we just okay?
Okay. That's good.
Well, while we're waiting for the echo to get sorted out, I just wanted to talk about a couple of things. If you guys can still understand me, I want to talk about a couple of things that I really like while looking at this draft page. The first thing that stuck out to me was that Fatal Error was able to draft Swampert at the very end of the fourth round, which I find tremendous value. I love Swampert. Obviously, it gets overshadowed by a lot of Master League Pokemon, but deep into the fourth round, I think you can get a lot of value out of that Swampert. And similarly, Goku with the Mew pick is tremendous in a format where you can change movesets. It's so flexible, like a Swiss Army knife of draft formats. You could TM that every single round. So I expect to see quite a bit of Mew in any battles we see from Goku. It's a very flexible Pokemon to just fit into a team of three. And I really like that quite a bit. Kevin, if you're looking at these teams, do you see any Pokemon, like one particular pick that really sticks out to you, or something that you want to see used a lot in today's battles?
One Pokemon that really looks interesting here is going to be. I would definitely go ahead and say Meloetta for one instance because I've tried out Meloetta in Master League Classic back then, and someone was just telling me Meloetta could go for things like Giratina. It can confusion the heck out of a lot of dragons and different
Hmm.
types of matchups here. And you just look at the meta here, like even the Meloetta against the Mew or the Mewtwo, because the Mewtwo here, for example, if you're not like even the Shadow Ball's resisted and the Side Strike's resisted. So if a Mewtwo were to opt for, say, the double legacy move, Meloetta could just say, I'm just gonna go for you and hit you with not the side shock move, but whatever other move that's usually could be Thunderbolt, could be the Dazzling Gleam, 77,899's team has some pretty interesting coverage to Dialga here. So that Rhyperior matchup that could throw a lot of things out. So you want to hit the flyers, or you want to hit all the ground dragon types like the Zekrom, the Dialga. So you could run the choice of Smackdown, the Mud Slap, and just to be a dedicated Yveltal counter, it's going to run Smackdown. If you want your Rhyperior to be your dedicated Dialga counter, it's going to run Mudslap. And things like Heracross is probably going to pick up other things like, maybe other flyers as a soft check, just lure it out, right? And it's
Yeah,
just like, there's a lot of safe gameplay here with that line. So,
that's actually a very good point. And while we're talking about that very last round, I love the picks that we see there because you see the trainers with a lot of flexibility in those spots. You already mentioned Heracross, which has a wide variety of moves. I love the Granbull pick that was right before
mhm,
it.
right.
Granbull obviously can run Charm and play similarly to how Togekiss and Sylveon and Gardevoir work, but could also
Mhm,
run Snarl and kind of be like a budget Zacian. Zacian went the second overall pick, and to get a Pokemon 6 rounds later that can do kind of the same things, obviously not nearly as well,
mhm.
but still having that pick in the sixth round with either Charm, Snarl, etc., etc.
Hmm.
can work really well. And also flexibility. Having taken part in a lot of draft formats, I just the key to my team building is just flexibility and the ability to change your movesets around and just be able to run anything at any time. So I love that pick quite a bit.
Another pick I also wanted to pick out is look at the Hydreigon near the very end of the last 6 run by Dutch Joku. So that gives them an ability to run what we call ABB coverage, right? For example, both dragons, like Dutch Goku Dialga and Hydreigon in this case, they're both weak to fighting type moves, right? So if he could establish an ABB lineup where it leads something weak to something and use a Hydreigon to lure a fighter, and then Dialga in the back is sweep, right? Just look at how amazing some of the team building around this with these picks, right? I like how some of the 6 picks choose like the variety here. Like, for example, I'm like Fatal Error has Rayquaza here, right? So you have like fast move coverage. You have something that could be generally seen as a closer for so many different matchups. Like Rayquaza does so well against Kyogre and Groudon. Originally, if you look at the Weather Trio, it's just like that little triangle. Well, Rayquaza beats Kyogre and Groudon quite convincingly, and only Kyogre can threaten Rayquaza with Blizzard, or we'll call it Rayquaza with Blizzard in this case, right?
Absolutely agreed.
Jirachi. Jirachi here is another interesting choice for confusion user and could confuse a lot of the fighters. Of course, one of the downsides with choosing Jirachi is you got to watch out for the little Giratinas and the Zarudes and the Eveltals and whatnot. But obviously, you know, hopefully around the lines here, are going to be planning all around these picks. I even see Armored Mewtwo making an appearance here at the very end of round 5. And I think I used to participate in one of the draft formats. I've seen an opponent use both Mew and an Armored Mewtwo in the same team. And that came to me, and I'm like, how am I going to play around this? Because Armored Mewtwo, believe it or not, also has a wide variety of moves can run. So obviously, Side Strike is the first move you want to have because you want to have a move that gets there fast. But things like Dynamic Punch, it even has access to Earthquake, Rock Slide, even. So
Yep.
you could make that pick be dedicated to certain other things. So Armored Mewtwo, just like its other brother Mewtwo, and obviously the Mew, lots of flexibility with that pick for their team. In this case, Heater 1351's team. A lot of flexibility
Absolutely.
with that Armored Mewtwo.
Absolutely, and obviously it does not have access to Psycho Cut, and doesn't really have the stat products from Master League that the original Mewtwo does. But still, 4 rounds later, it definitely gives you some flexibility with that typing.
Yeah, and the
Um,
fact is, it's also a lot more bulkier. So a lot of these battlers may be like looking at the armored mutant, like they have to understand this thing can take a lot more damage than the regular Mewtwo. So they have to account for that when choosing how they want to set up their lines, right? So in this case, Heater 1351 has a lot of bulk with this line. Like I even look at the next pick here, you got Suicune, and I think Suicune, for those who are familiar with playing this in Open Ultra League, you could play this Pokemon as if you want this thing with a nuke or you want to be baiting with Ice Beam or Bubble Beam, right? But I bet in this format you definitely want nuke moves, but that will not always be the case. So a
Agreed.
lot of interesting
The,
picks here.
the slight issue with Suicune is, despite the variety in movesets, it does get walled by the water types like Kyogre and Walrein. Doesn't really have an answer for them. But like you mentioned, like if it gets into the dragons, it gets to the ice beams much faster than other Pokemon that have that move. So it's got a little bit more of a chance against things like Giratina, and Zekrom, etc.
just yet. That's going to be coming up very, very shortly.
Absolutely. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to seeing these battles. We are going to see multiple battles from Oscar today. It's one of the battlers we'll see the most. And so it'll be really interesting to see if he can gain a lot of ground or if he can, make the most of the jinx it. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Maybe, don't say anything until it's all good for the next 30 seconds. I'd say give it a minute even. Like I'd say give it a minute even. Like I'd say give it a minute even. Like I'd say give it a minute even. I heard Kevin 3 times. Oh, really? I heard Kevin.
All right, well,
Okay. Times. Oh,
maybe we'll
really?
maybe we'll just hear Kevin 4 times. It'll be Kevinception.
Oh,
Triple echo, yeah, we've heard that. So clearly the chat just wants to just have a Kevinception of audios, and that's what we're going with.
more like, oh, you hear me here, you can hear me there, you can hear me there, you can hear. More like, oh, you hear me here, you can hear me there, you can hear me there, you can hear.
Am I echoing, guys, or is it just like 3 Kevins and 1 Toshi? Because if I'm not echoing, that's at least a positive on my end.
Right.
Just let me know.
If the triple echo's coming from a bit of both, then oh no, it's saying
Oh, echoing? Okay,
both.
fair.
Okay,
Does well.
well, okay,
That
it's not
probably means that it's
okay.
a stream issue.
It's all good. Okay, probably that.
No problem at all.
Probably that.
Um, and so while we're finishing talking about the finishing fixing the echo, I would just like to
Mhm.
note that the person in the most interesting spot here, in my opinion, is Oscar. Not just because we're going to see a lot of Oscar today, but
Mhm.
because he is exactly in the number 5 spot. So if he has a really good day today, gets a couple wins, he can move into a much stronger position in that top 4 spot.
Yep.
You see, he's only 2 points behind the number 4 spot. But if he has a slightly bad day, it gives Dave and Sniped and 789 an opportunity to get out of that relegation zone and catch up a little bit in the standings. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how Oscar does today and how the rest of the standings reacts to the battles that we see. It's
Yeah.
very very close, and very close typically makes for a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I think, like you mentioned, I think Oscar is going to be playing 3 different opponents today.
Yes, he
So
will.
that
And
is
not to interrupt Kevin, but we just got a giant raid from Speediest Chief. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in, Speedy. I hope GBLA went well today. We really appreciate the raid. And hopefully everybody here enjoys some battles. Yeah, we're figuring out an echo issue. I think Twitch just wants you to hear even more of myself
even
and
more
Kevin.
of myself. They're both here, but yeah, Speediest Chief. Welcome in, Raiders. Hope you all having an amazing day today. GBLA was a fun experience for you guys to watch. And once we get some technical issues fixed here, we're going to get started on some PoGoRaids Champions Division draft in the Master League Classic format. So, because just for everyone coming here, this is a draft format. You will see Pokemon that you will not be familiar with in the Master League Classic that you will see in action here. So with the matchups here, I believe these are listed in the order that we'll be playing first, second, third. So the first matchup here will be Oscar versus David. So this could be a little bit of a David versus Goliath matchup, except I'd say David is the Goliath because I think Oscar is probably one of the most renowned Master League players out there. from what I know. So I'm just
Absolutely,
making
and
making a little joke about that, but David versus
absolutely, yeah. And Oscar versus David is actually a really interesting matchup for me because they are right next to each other in the standings. So that matchup, we could start out with a matchup with really big implications standing wise. And then as you go through there, obviously, as Kevin said, we get Oscar three different times. We get Sniped versus 789, Cabana versus Oscar again. And so you see all these matchups, Kevin, have teams that are pretty close to each other in the standings. So we could get some pretty big
yeah.
movements either way.
Yeah, let's just thinking about like Snipe, Broad, then 789. The two next players in relegation, those two are going to be bound trying to get out of that relegation spot. And then you have Cabana and Oscar, same idea. They're in a position where they're in danger getting relegated, right?
Absolutely.
Caban, and then Oscar and 789 again. There's another matchup right there. So I think every matchup Oscar is going to be playing today in this stream rather has a good implication of where he's going to be after the end of these conclusion of these matches. So
Absolutely. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how they play out and whether we see like consistency in the standings or whether we see some major shakeup as we finish up what is round six of this Champions Divisions draft. Obviously, all 10 of these trainers are incredibly good. So
matchup, like Groudon could have a lot of play here against this team, but what version of Groudon is Oscar going to be running against this, right? For example, if he runs Dragon Tail, he could hit the dragons pretty hard, but he's not going to be able to hit things like the Granbull pretty hard because he's running Dragon Tail. And then
yeah.
obviously much that allows you to get to energy faster, but do you really need it against things like the Charmers, the Kyogre that could be probably the only biggest threat on this team. Kyogre is likely really good for David against Oscar's team right now because even the Zapdos cannot Thundershock through the Kyogre down with its two shields because the surf's just going to add up, and only Palkia is the most reliable answer to for Oscar to David's Kyogre. So Kyogre is going to have a lot of play here against Oscar for David. So I'm
I agree.
wondering how Oscar is going to work around this Kyogre.
Yeah, that was the first thing that I jumped out to me too. Like you said, Kyogre looks exceptionally good. I do think you need to run Dragon Tail on Groudon. It's just a tiny bit better against Kyogre, and like you said,
Mm-hmm.
both of those dragons you'll need Dragon
Yeah.
Tail to handle. Granbull is
Mm-hmm.
obviously a lower stat product in this league,
Yeah.
so you can still handle it decently
Yeah.
without Mudshot, and I think Groudon with Dragon Tail profiles very well against this team. And I
Yeah.
think we'll also need to see that Palkia that you mentioned because that's the only
Yeah.
hard counter Oscar has towards the Kyogre.
Okay.
Uh,
And basically responses to to the Palkia could be limited to Latios. Seems to be a very interesting counter because Latios with Dragon Breath also has access to Dragon Claw, so it could easily spam out those moves pretty fast. Or
mhm.
if David opts to run Charm on his Grand Bull, that could also be an interesting answer. But he's got to watch out for that Metagross for sure,
Absolutely.
and maybe to
Um,
some extent the Escavalier to some extent.
Absolutely. And it looks like chat saying the echo has been fixed. So everybody keep your fingers crossed for the rest of the stream that we don't that doesn't mess up again. And let's get into the first battle if we can
Yeah.
get it. Battler and she does raids on her channels a lot. Go check her out. Thanks a lot, Cool Star, for the raid, and hopefully everyone's looking forward to seeing some really cool Master League battles on stream today.
My another raid. So this will be the first battle between Oscar and David. So whose
Mhm.
perspective are we watching here? Oscar's
We
perspective.
are
He's led the
Oscars.
Groudon.
And
Groudon and
let's
the
see if
Latios.
this is Dragon Tail. And it
It
is. So you
is.
see that Dragon Tail just absolutely chunking the Latios.
Latios
Really good
down.
call there on the Groudon side. It's probably going to shield and farm all the way down, which is going to put Oscar in a very good
Very,
position going
mhm.
forward.
Yeah. But he has to realize he's gonna live with a shield disadvantage for the rest of the match, right? So let's see how
Yeah.
this is. So he's probably gonna. So the Latios gets another Draclo, which I'm assuming he's gonna take. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to take this. And it looks like Earthquake is mostly unresisted, so you'll get a pretty good amount of damage off or the shield back,
Okay.
regardless of what comes in here.
Snorlax comes in. Okay, so you got Snorlax. He's gonna bait with the Fire Punch, and I kind of like this move because if you just shield that goes shielded. He could get to an Earthquake here, which he's going to get there.
Huge
Barely,
call there. Huge call
very,
there.
very
And if
barely.
this goes unshielded, Oscar will be in a really good position.
A
Ooh, gets the
double
shield.
shield. But now David's out of shield, so he's running Latios. Snorlax is the safe swap. So with the Latios lead, he's probably anticipating the Reshiram in the lead or the thing in the
Now we
back.
see the
Yeah.
Palkia come in here. I almost expect the Kyogre in the back, so the Zapdos up a shield will be in a really good position.
Yeah.
Now let's see if they shield here. I doubt it. Oh, we do see the shield come up. Okay.
Could be outrage. Oh, okay.
Oh,
I think
that's
that's
probably
why
why
he.
he did shield. Yep,
Yeah, it was
I
a good
agree.
shield. So let's see. Is the Snorlax running outrage? Is the question.
I
I'm
don't
curious
think
now.
so. I
Okay,
think
it's
you
running.
need superpower
Yeah.
for the Tyranitar matchup, is what I was thinking.
Hmm.
But this Snorlax is getting off so many body slams. You might want to almost bank this energy and then switch into the Zapdos after a couple more Dragon Tails
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I think what he's gonna do is gonna throw this, get rid of this, and then he's only one Dragon Tail away from a Draco Meteor. He's
And
only
that'll
one away.
be it's
Oh no! Oh, it died. Oh no!
and
Oh,
this Zapdos is
and
now all of a sudden behind on
an
energy.
energy.
This in Master League, a Drill Peck will not be enough
Oh,
to KO. That
yeah.
energy that he lost there
It's
was
It's
huge.
significant.
That was huge.
Yeah, I
Zapdos is
think
obviously very
too.
glassy here.
Oh, and the restaurant gets to move. I think this is probably going to be an overheat, but I don't think he has to reveal it. Oh,
Yeah,
it's a
you can throw
Draco.
whatever you
Okay,
want. It
Draco
would KO.
Meteor. Draco Meteor. Okay. So what happened there was Oscar had all that energy on the Palkia and just lost all that, right? Tried to go for the Draco. But here's game two. We have Palkia in the Granbull. Oh boy, it's a Shadow Granbull. This is Charm. It's a
Switches out right
Charm.
away.
Shadow Granbull lures out the Reshiram. We do know for a fact that the Reshiram's carrying Draco Meteors, so we are now going to see the second move here, which is probably a crunch.
Yeah, no
This
shield,
is
which I think makes sense. You should still get
mm,
to the earthquake and
yeah,
at least get a shield advantage.
yeah,
Because obviously you can't control switch here.
yeah.
And I
Yep.
think we get a shield, and then I think you just farm as much as you can
Yeah.
with the Palkia.
See, the very awkward scenario here is the Groudon against the Granbull is not still doesn't look great, right?
Yeah, and I think that's
It
why the Groudon came in here because it's something that can get a lot of energy in this matchup, and
mm,
then threaten the Grand Bull
yeah.
with Earthquake.
Yeah. So he's gonna shield this crunch, which does make sense because you need to keep the health,
Uh-huh.
right?
For
So
sure.
the worst thing Oscar could see here is that Kyogre in the back. Are we gonna see it here? No, we're not. We're
No,
definitely
we're
gonna see a
not.
lot. We're gonna see the Latios come in. So he's gonna bait the Fire Punch here and see if he could get his last shield.
This is a very risky bait. If there's no
Oh
shield, oh,
my!
that
What
really
a
hurts.
that hurts.
You
That hurts
really need the shield there. Yeah.
because now he catches what I think is a Dragon Claw.
Very good switch there. You know that the Palkia
Mhm.
is mostly useless to you at this point with the Grand Bull sitting in the back there, so you
Yeah,
just sack it
this
into a
is a
move. But
move,
I don't think this
this
is gonna work.
Granbull, this Granbull still has a shield. So even if he throws the Earthquake, you're not going to be able to
Yeah,
get that done. So yeah, that's just a tough alignment for Oscar to begin with, tough swap
yeah.
in, and the fact that David did not even shield the Latios, I think it
Mhm.
made him realize all he had to do was just charm all the way down because he knows he has Palkia in the lead, so there was no reason for him to not shield that. So I like the play there
Absolutely.
from David, which
And
was a good read.
I think the Granbull is going to prevent Oscar from going double Dragon Tail again, and so it'll give more play to some of the dragons on David's side. Very good call there with the Granbull. Amazing
Yeah.
call, and it worked out well
Yeah.
for them.
All right, let's see game 3 between these battles. So Palkia and Eladio. So this is the same lead matchup we saw in game 1. Let's see how it wants to. So this time he swaps into Metagross. So he's running ABA Double Dragon. So has Reshiram in the back. Wants to lure this out right away. So I think he's gonna play this similarly. Get a shield
Mhm.
advantage, but this Reshiram is opting to farm more energy. So he's probably gonna have a move for the Palkia. But if we remember from game 1, he revealed Draco Meteor. So he's likely going to farm up like 100 energy here, throw the crunch, and Oscar's going to let this go. And then Oscar will have no choice but to shield a Draco Meteor. A potential
Absolutely.
Draco Meteor in this case.
And I think it's really funny because we just mentioned how Oscar wouldn't run ABA Double Dragon, and he does it right away anyway. Clearly not afraid of that Granbull. But
Yeah.
you're right, Kevin. He's going to have to shield a potential Draco Meteor here.
Oh, he's running
Oh,
this.
never
So
mind.
he's thinking this is a crunch. Is it
Yeah.
crunch? Yes,
Oh,
it
it is a
is.
crunch. Good call.
Yeah,
Good
he
call.
did. Good call. He didn't build up to it, which made sense. So, but the thing is, I think this Russian's going to get to their move. Oh, now he has to shield this, right? Yep, he has to
Yep.
shield this.
But at the same time, shielding a crunch is much better. If he had shielded the first
Mhm.
one, the Reshiram might
Yeah.
have gotten to a Draco, and that would have been more
See, the
significant.
beautiful part about this is that David doesn't have a flyer on his team. So he's free to throw this EQ onto the whatever comes in. So in
Exactly.
this case,
Exactly.
it's the same line we saw in game 1, the Snorlax in the back. So now he's just swapping by him, gonna put the Palkia, and now we're in a foot race to see who's gonna deal more damage. So Oscar opts to throw the Aqua Tail right away. We know this is resisted, but let's see how David wants to play this matchup.
I
He
don't. Yeah,
opts
the
to
Latios
no
doesn't need
shield.
a
Yeah,
shield. The
yeah.
Latios does not need a shield. It'll still get to their Dragon Claw, and the Dragon Breath damage will probably put it low enough where the Snorlax will be able to KO. The issue is, does the Groudon in the back get to another move?
Because here's the thing that we're seeing, right? Okay, so Palkia throws this move and starts. It's getting its last shield for sure,
Hmm.
right? So there's running. So if I was David, he shields this. He needs to build up just enough energy to throw right before the Palkia gets to the charge move, which here is what happens. So the question is, will the Groudon be able to Dragon Tail down this Snorlax?
It should be able to, unless they are almost at a move, because two
Move to it.
fast moves will
One,
KO this,
two,
and
and
that
there we
will
go.
be GG's. Very
He's
good win there for Oscar. A much needed win to leave
yeah.
the hope of a
Of
tie
the
intact.
tie. Yeah, he's
And
got to go for the
Oscar
tie here. Leading
loves this
Palkia
double
again.
dragon.
He is running Palkia again. He is not afraid to run Palkia again. So let's see what happens here. So this time he is not switching out. So it's gonna come. Oh boy, he's trying to catch a Dragon Claw there. I see. I see the play. So he lures out the same Reshiram. Same thing's gonna happen. Get
We've
the
seen
shield
this three
advantage.
times already, but this time he
What did he
baits.
do?
That's a
Oh,
really interesting call, actually, because he's been earthquaking the entire time, so this is likely to get a shield and
if he
might
no shields
actually.
this. Oh, he gets a shield.
Ooh,
Okay,
gets the shield.
that's
Now you
big.
might be able to shield and get to an earthquake, depending. Oh, just gonna throw another.
Okay, that does make sense because yeah, he
Yeah,
has
it's
to
funny. Just lets it go.
yeah. So the bait there makes sense. So he's gonna crunch the Metagross. So I guess he could go into Groudon again, do the
Hmm.
exact same thing,
Hmm.
and just pray that whatever's in the back can deal with it, right?
Yeah, that's definitely the play here. Groudon just
Yeah,
farmed down, and it's a play
yeah.
Oscar's done really well in the past. Just getting all that energy on Groudon is huge.
hmm
For whatever
So
is in the.
does he make the same call here and shield this? Okay, he gets a
I
crunch. That
think
makes
double crunch is always the play because you don't get to a crunch and a Draco. So I
go.
think just double crunch, you'll get
Yeah,
one shield at least and
yeah.
some chip
Like
damage, which is gonna be
he
pretty good.
has to like this has to be a crunch because he didn't
Mhm.
build to a Draco.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Should be a crunch. Yeah,
It's got
makes
to be a
sense.
crunch.
So he's one Dragon Tail away from the EQ. If the Latios comes in, okay, it's the Snorlax. And here
Another
he
bait.
goes for the bait. And I think I understand from this perspective why, because the Palkia is half health. Oh, and he calls the bait. That's insane.
That's very
Because
bad.
this is
This
so
Groudon.
bad. Because now they has to throw the move here. And Latios has a Dragon Claw, which now he has no choice but to shield.
Absolutely. And the only play I think here is for the Palkia to farm all the way down and then double, but it won't be able to.
Yeah,
Gotta throw this move and try to get to another Aqua Tail against the Snorlax, but that Snorlax has quite a bit of health. So
yeah,
it'll be difficult to see this working out, but let's see
yeah,
how he plays with the energy.
yeah. And I think at this point, David knows this is an Aqua Tail, so he does not need to shield this to win
Uh,
the game. He just needs to lick this down. Yep, there's the no shield. And
Lick
Dave,
down and then throw
yeah,
it. Yep.
yeah.
And
David's gonna
that'll be
take, yeah,
GG's.
that'll be GG's. He's, yeah, that
So
is
that is a commanding 3-1 win for David. He gets 2 points, and we do see the superpower at the very end there. We
the
had
end.
that question
And
earlier.
then, yeah, and we thought that was an outrage. It was a superpower. Why not?
They very good match by both trainers. We saw the same teams, Kevin, almost in every game. The same cores. We
Yeah,
saw
I
the
was
double
actually.
dragon.
Mhm. I was so surprised that I have not seen the Kyogre come into play by David, but that's just because Oscar was willing to run Palkia every single game. So he was just telling him, I want your Kyogre on the bench,
Yep,
bring me your other three or whatever best you run in, right?
exactly.
I think the only game which I saw something very different was that Shadow Grand Bull in game two. So that kind of like a lot of mind games in there. Like, what are you gonna run? But
Yeah,
looking at Oscar, he was so ballsy to just run the Dragon lead because even if he saw the Grand Bull in game three or four again, he's willing to lead it into a Grand Bull again. So
yeah. And it's really interesting how confident Oscar was, because when I saw the Granbull, I assumed that would dissuade him from running double dragon tail in games 3, but he went right back at it.
yeah,
He confident just that the Groudon Steep Swap would be able to handle the Granbull, and it did.
yeah. Shadow Grand Bull's clearly just a tactic to scare Oscar to running double Dragon Tail every game.
And it worked
Yeah,
perfectly.
yeah.
Also, we got Matt in chat asking, "Is Kevin in witness protection?" Yes, the spy aspect of the stream is definitely what we're going for here.
The spy
Um, yeah, Kevin is clearly on the run, and coming in here to help me with shoutcasting. In between missions.
from Sniper. Giratina Origin Form, Gyarados, Excadrill, Mamoswine, Jirachi, and Virizion, where 789 will be running Mewtwo, Ho-Oh, Gudra, Regice, Rhyperior, and Heracross. So I'm just looking at this. The first thing that stands out to me is Mewtwo's generally safe for 789 against Snipe's entire line. But the question is, what's that second charge going to be? Is it going to be Shadow Ball? Because how are you going to hit Jirachi for that? And you definitely want Side Strike. So a lot of it's going to come down to the second charge move
I agree,
on
Kevin. And
Mewtwo.
one thing I noticed is on Snipe's side, that Gyarados is incredibly strong.
Ooh.
It has Dragon Breath. It has good matchups against the entire team, and if it has Waterfall, it picks up the Rhyperior matchup.
Hmm.
Loses the Gudra, but picks up Rhyperior. Does better against Ho-Oh. Regardless, Gyarados looks extremely strong. And
Yeah.
I definitely think that the Mewtwo will be Shadow Ball just because of the Jirachi and the Giratina matchup, and it's so neutral across the board. I think Side
Yeah.
Strike Shadow is definitely the good play for that Mewtwo.
Yeah, something that might also be a lot interesting here would be the choice that the right peer chooses to run in terms of fast move, right? Will it be a dedicated Jirachi counter? Will it be a dedicated Gyarados slash Mamoswine softer check, right? Because that Smackdown could pit pretty well against Gyarados and Mamoswine, but not do necessarily well
Yeah.
against Jirachi, for example. So I'm curious to see how 789's right peer is going to come into play here. But, you know, the thing is,
I would say that I was gonna say it would have to be Mud Slap because of the Excadrill and the Jirachi, but that
right.
Gyarados is so overpowered against his team, he might need Smackdown just to deal with it.
Yeah, like I feel like for 79 to deal with the Gyarados, Mewtwo has to be on the game every time. Gudra could also be okay, but again, Gudras will usually carry Power Whip, could have Muddy Water, Sludge Bomb, or even Draco Meteor, but let's see how these matches go. Virizion going to be
Absolutely.
interesting to pick because for those who have played Virizion, come on. So let's see how these matches turn out to be.
Let's go. I'm looking forward to this one.
I can get see some Regice get play here. Regice has a lot of play here because Regice actually does pretty decently against Gyarados. It kind of takes everything for neutral, so I'm down to see how the Regice is gonna go. So we have
Absolutely.
game one. So we are seeing this from 789's perspective, and it's
And
a
it is a
shadow.
Shadow Mewtwo. That is really nice.
Oh my god!
I love seeing Shadow Mewtwo. It's we get a
Okay,
little bit of lag here. I think it's just
yeah.
yeah, it's just visual.
Okay.
Um
So we see here the Shadow Mewtwo is running Flamethrower. Ooh, that is gonna be interesting.
that is very spicy. And with the Shadow, the side strikes just do so much. I guess he didn't think he needed
Like
Shadow Ball.
like here, the Giratina shields it. Makes sense. So we get the Gyarados. It's running Dragon Breath. Does make sense.
Mhm.
So this running Power Whip and the incredibly nuke-worthy Draco Meteor.
Absolutely.
So here we are.
And no
So it's,
muddy water, so chat will be happy about that. They were saying hopefully no muddy water.
yeah,
And you see this
no
Gyarados is just doing a really good job. The super effective Dragon Breaths always make Gyarados good in this matchup. It does get a shield, which is huge.
huge.
Um, the 789 definitely
Oh,
wants
to get the
switch here.
defense drop. You get the defense
Defense
drop for the
drop.
crotch.
That
You
is
think Gyarados
huge.
gonna get to a crotch.
Oh, it
Oh,
gets
it's
to
gonna get
another
to
move.
another. Oh my gosh, that's big. And he has to let this go. He has to let this go.
They got a shield advantage and switch advantage. What a turn of events! And
Oh, no.
now that Mewtwo is down energy, so down energy, down health, and the Tina in the back
Oh.
hasn't thrown yet, so it has a move.
And here's the fun part though. Ho-Oh's biggest counter is gone, so Giratina could come here. We'll probably
This is
throw the
still
Shadow Ball. Probably
definitely a
throw a
pretty good
Shadow
counter
Ball.
to this. Yeah,
Yeah, so it has to throw the Shadow Ball. And the Brave Bird will not kill, so let's see if he goes for the EQ here. He goes for the Brave Bird. Okay. So he's gonna throw this and just swap out, I'm assuming, to lure whatever else is in the back.
I think so.
Yep.
It gets
Yep.
a shield, which is pretty big.
Yep.
But oh man, Kevin,
I
this
think
ominous wind
this
is going to do a ton of damage. You've got to shield it, of course.
yeah. And this is pretty bad. This is in a bad we're in a bad position for 789 because he's trying to bring out two. He can overfarm a little bit here, but not by a lot. So he's gonna throw his side strike. And let's
And
see.
this might
Giratina,
KO. It's actually
Gyarados. Ooh, this is gonna come down to what's in the back. Let's see. It's Mamoswine.
now. Here's
One.
the thing: do you get to that flamethrower?
Flamethrower.
You
He
do.
does.
This
Oh
should this
my.
should this should probably KO. It's a
This is
shadow.
super. This is super effective. This is
This
super
will probably
effective.
KO. Um, is this Mewtwo
Flamethrower.
going to carry the entire? It does.
My
Oh
God,
my God! Shadow
that's
Mewtwo
insane.
goes absolutely
Wow.
nuts.
Wow. But
Shadow
now,
Mewtwo goes nuts.
all right, let's go. Uh-oh.
That
That
was absolutely crazy. We all counted 789 out, but that Mewtwo did not care.
yeah.
Carried, and another excellent matchup here.
Man. So here we have Regice into Giratina. And this Regice is running the new Thunder. The new Thunder moveset, by the way. So this is gonna surprise, the Gyarados, right? Because Regice just got the new move from the raids as of
Yeah,
recent.
absolutely. It looks like the
With the
battle is
video
paused
froze.
there for a quick second, but
Yep.
just to talk about it for a hot second before we get back into it, having a Pokemon with spammy ice moves in Master League is huge, just for these matchups because you get blizzards out very quickly. So this is a very good spot
Yeah.
for this Regice to be in. Once we get that matchup back
Mhm.
up, I think the Regice
Yeah.
comfortably outpaces to these blizzards, and the
Yeah.
Tina might need to switch out at some point.
Yeah. And the Tina then Regis could comfortably take a Shadow Ball, so
Yep,
there's no need for them to shield, right? So once we get this, let's see, back up and running, that would be good.
absolutely.
Yeah,
And I'm really curious to see what shield condition the Tina wants to play. I assume it's going to just stay in for a little bit, knowing
yeah,
it doesn't take any lock on damage, and eventually switch out
yeah,
because it can't take a blizzard.
yeah.
At least not comfortably.
All right, so Regis to Tina. So the Giratina will opt to say. So I think he's gonna play the Zero Shield and eventually switch out, but he
You
could
gotta
opt for the
shield.
one. He
Yeah, you
could
gotta
opt
shield
for the
here.
one. Yeah, he could opt for the one shield because if he has Gyarados in the back, as like we mentioned, Gyarados is pretty decent against 789 teams, so he has to shield. And I think here we're probably gonna expect to see a shield from 789
I don't
because
think you do because you want the shields for that Mewtwo. As long as the Giratina is out of the way, I don't think you need to shield this Regice at all.
oh
I
yeah, I
think you
can
just
take
let
it.
it go and just
Mhm.
keep blizzarding.
So that's probably an ominous
This
win.
is an
Yep.
ominous. You can tank it.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, lets it go.
Yep. No, it can definitely tank this.
Oh, it's a
Oh, it's another
shadow
Shadow
ball.
Ball. Okay.
Okay. That's
That's
fine.
still not terrible though, because you still get Mewtwo and Ho-Oh both up a shield. They're both very good up a shield.
Mhm. And
This
here he's gonna opt to let it go. Is he
I
let this
I
go?
I think probably. I
He
think they're gonna go
does.
all in on Mewtwo here, to be honest.
Yeah, two shield Mewtwo SwinCon.
Mm.
Uh-oh, here comes Gyarados.
You're gonna farm up a little bit more. Brave Bird, really good counting, really good energy management there. You'll be one away from another Brave Bird in the back, and I think Mewtwo comes in here and just cleans this up. Oh, Mewtwo
And
can Psycho Cut this down, and then
wow.
it'll be
And
just
shield once.
so much damage in the back.
Yep, shield once. Yep.
I
Because
think
the
Mewtwo
thing
cleans
is,
up here.
this Mewtwo is gonna have so much play for the back. Giratina is in range of a Side Strike, and don't
Yep,
underestimate Side Strikes from a Shadow Mewtwo. If I remember correctly,
it
those
does
things
so
do
much
like
damage.
two thirds, right? Close
You'll
to
do
two
more than
thirds.
half for sure, and you're right, Kevin. I think one Side Strike plus maybe a little bit of farm will KO this
Yep.
Tina.
Actually,
And
from that range, it will be close. I think they still need to cycle cut down
yeah,
after.
the farm will help will be very helpful. And you have remember the Ho-Oh has a move in the back, or it's a one off a move. So
One
I think
off.
you just farm this down here. I was gonna throw again actually.
Yeah, he
That
doesn't
makes
want to use
sense.
the last. He doesn't want to use the last shield. Makes sense. So will this gear to up to shield? No, he does not. It's the mammal swine. Okay.
This is gonna be close because Mewtwo is very glassy, but I do
Mhm.
think he'll comfortably get to two Side Strikes here before getting farmed down by
So
Power
what I
Snows.
find interesting here is that oh, he does shield. Okay.
Yeah,
One, two, three,
yeah.
four,
The Mewtwo just needs to get to
five.
this move, and
Yeah,
look
this is
how
gonna
much damage this does.
like this is gonna hurt. And I think what 7 could do is just switch out of this matchup and sneak an incinerate through.
That's
Oh, he
chaos.
doesn't need to.
It doesn't need to.
Wow.
Shadow Mewtwo
Wow.
Side Strikes are
Oh gosh.
relentlessly strong.
Man, I'm just learning how much damage this shadow version does to these things. So let's see here.
That was
Man,
absolutely brutal. Such a strong move there
man.
on that Shadow Mewtwo, and Snipes doesn't have an answer for it right now.
Yeah.
Let's see
So
how he
yeah.
responds in this game.
So Ho-Oh into Giratina. So Snipe is willing to lead Giratina every single game so far. See how this plays out.
We do see that backline similar to game one with the Mewtwo and the Gudra. Gudra will be very good against this Giratina if he
Giratina.
needs to get it on it later on.
And this is good timing because he's letting the Giratina throw first. I like this play.
I like it a lot too. The whole name
Yeah.
of the game is making sure you're not debuffed when you tank moves.
Yeah.
You can throw a
Oh,
Brave Bird here.
and this is a CMP tie, which worked out on his favor because he wants
Yep.
to throw the second. So will
I
the
don't think he will throw
Giratina
the second. I
shield?
think he's gonna switch out.
And he goes to say swap Gudra. Gyarados comes out, right? Oh, okay.
Um,
He's probably gonna Shadow Ball here and get out. He doesn't need to shield this like, again. Two shield Mewtwo in the back's gonna carry this team, right?
it's pretty clear that's his strat. It's pretty clear he's just giving all of his shields to Mewtwo. He should get to a Draco here. No, it's gonna go straight for the Power Whip.
Yeah,
And
because he's gonna outpace to even a Crunch if he goes for the Draco. I
yeah,
think.
but the only problem is now you
Oh,
can
he gets the
probably get farmed
last.
out.
Oh, he gets the last shield. That is big.
That is
That
huge.
is that's massive. So what he could do here is just sack the Ho-Oh.
Yeah, I think that's the play. I think bringing the Ho
Yeah.
to go
Oh,
ahead.
or just get to start the farm on Mewtwo actually is not a bad idea. So he has to shield the Crunch, which is actually a potential thing here. And let's see what he does.
Just
Oh,
Aqua Tail.
he baits Aqua Tail.
That's smart. You're
One,
down two shields. You
two,
know the Mewtwo's gonna be shielding.
and
Uh
this Gyarados is
oh wait,
he's
no
gonna call
shields.
it. He's gonna call this. Oh
Oh,
no,
crunch! Oh
no,
no,
no, oh no,
not
that's not like
oh
this. Not like this.
that
Man,
Mewtwo is
man.
suddenly not in the
That
best spot anymore.
yeah. And now there's a whole third Pokemon out there, and a Giratina still with more than half of its health remaining.
The Ho-Oh can Earthquake this
Mhm.
Giratina and not have to Brave Bird it, but you're right, Kevin. There's an entire third
Yeah.
Pokemon back there,
Yeah,
and it's
and the
gonna do
catch
it.
is Earthquake is non-stab, so it's
Right.
not gonna kill that
Yeah, yeah,
Giratina.
yeah. Yeah. and it's just Ho-Oh
And
cannot do enough to. Oh,
oh,
and they
it's
switched. No,
oh
man, the
man,
plays in this match have been
man,
phenomenal.
man, what a wait, but there's a chance because he could still farm this down. There's a chance.
Yeah,
There's
but
a slight chance.
I don't think one Brave Bird kills the Giratina.
Right. I mean,
He'll have to.
I
Yeah, after Brave Bird this Giratina, and then I think I think it's still an L. I think it's gonna get closer than we expected, but I don't think this KOs.
almost one, two Shadow Claws register before one Incinerate, and this should do it because this is an Ominous Wind.
Yep,
Yep, there's an Ominous Wind.
yep.
It still came down to the wire, but wow,
That is very
wow.
close.
The plays from Sniper just to bait to get the one shield, very good heads up play by him because if he needed
Mhm.
the chance to pull up, he needed it to bait there. So let's see, Gudra in the Gyarados. Okay,
This is a
so
good matchup for this Gyarados. I wonder if 789 is going to stay in. Nope, just gonna
oh,
switch right into that Mewtwo.
Mewtwo. And this matchup here, Mewtwo can win. But the problem I see here is he's also running Ho in the back. So in general, Gyarados actually kind of runs through his lead and his back Pokemon Ho. So
I agree.
I think he's gonna shield here, and I think if I was in 7-8's position, he's gonna try to force a shield. So he forces a Shadow
Oh,
Ball.
Shadow Ball against a Shadow is interesting. I think the Ominous Wind would have been
Would have
almost enough there with maybe a little bit of farm as well.
oh
But
yeah.
the Shadow goes for the Shadow Ball just to be sure, and probably gonna match shields at this point. Yep.
Yeah, they're gonna match shields. And the thing is, as good as
Oh, he gets it off.
he manages to get out. If this is a CMP tie, we're in for something.
Yeah, I'm surprised the
Oh, he
unit
lets it
didn't
go.
throw. He just lets it go.
Okay,
Yeah.
he doesn't need switch. He's trying to call the fact there's a hole in the back. Oh boy, it's Excadrill in the back. Three,
I think
4,
Mewtwo gets to this move,
5,
Kevin. It
6.
does.
He's
Oh,
he's throwing on CMP. I think he's trying to throw on CMP.
I think he's just trying to bait, trying to bluff the flamethrower. But either way, it's gonna get a shield because
Oh, he
either move would
does.
do enough damage.
Oh my.
And that's
There
huge.
there is still play here. So what does he do? He's bringing Gudra in. And
Makes sense.
here's the thing. 789 has not revealed Draco Meteor on his Gudra just yet. So there is play still, Toshi. There is play. So the Gyarados come
I
back in. But I get this now. So he's running Dragon Tail, so Dragon Breath, Aqua Tail, and Crunch. So he doesn't have to worry about taking an Aqua Tail just yet. He's trying to
Yeah.
hold on to that. So yeah, so this makes sense. He's trying to force the opponent to throw the Aqua Tail so that hopefully the Brave Bird is thrown on CMP, which
Yep. And
it
this should
is.
KO the Gyarados, and obviously the Excadrill can't do any fast move damage.
Mhm.
So all he needs to do is maneuver energy and make sure that he can save his
Boom.
shield and get off another
Yeah.
move here, and he should be able to, no problem.
Yeah. And there we go. GG.
Amazingly well played.
Wow.
789 was tremendous with his energy throughout this match. Earns the 3-1 victory there. Shadow, Mewtwo, and Ho-Oh with energy were absolute menaces. Really well played. Maneuvering that double dragon on sniped side, and
What
a
I
really resounding 3-1 win there for 789.
What I love though with that matchup is just showing the power of Shadow Mewtwo in this battle. And like I mentioned, Mewtwo was generally safe against Snipe's entire line. But for it to be Shadow, you could have a lot of play with the things. And I thought Shadow Ball was going to be there just for the Jirachi and the Giratina. But Flamethrower also made a lot of sense because you also pick up the X-Drill, you pick up the Mamoswine, you also pick up the Virizion because it's also part grass.
Mhm.
So it basically chose the most ideal charge move for that case. So like the
Yeah,
coverage there.
I
And
do too.
Hold to Gyarados isn't terrible with shields down on Gyarados.
It's fine.
So
It's fine. Yeah.
was really good. So that's a really good win for 789. Takes this matchup 3-1, picks up 2 points, which will help on the standings. So we're ready on for the next match. And I think we just saw a little bit here.
The thing is, Kevin, you see another Charmer on Cabana's side. The only
Mhm.
difference is Charm coming from Togekiss is a lot better than Charm coming from an underleveled Granbull in Master
Red
League.
Bull.
So it
Mhm.
might be a little bit more intimidating for that Double Dragon line. But as Oscar's mentioned in chat, he's not afraid of running Double Dragon into a Charm team.
Sure.
So let's see if his
That's
strategy
true.
changes at all. I definitely think the Metagross comes back, though. I definitely
But
think the Metagross
I
comes back.
think the Metagross is gonna come back for the Togekiss.
Melodic has that Dragon Tail opportunity for the dragons. It has Surf to deal with that Tyranitar and the Groudon. So
And
I'm
the
really curious to
Metagross, and
see
even the
how that
Metagross,
plays.
and even the Metagross as well, or
Hmm.
the
Absolutely.
Escavalier. So let's see how this goes.
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right.
You think the Zarude comes at all? Because it has some good matchups, but also has some scary ones with that Zapdos there.
I
And
think, let's see, we got Togekiss lead from Metagross. Oh gosh,
oh, what an
this
amazing lead
is
for
such a
Oscar.
good lead for
Oscar.
Oscar. So we are watching the battles from Cabana's perspective. He safe swaps into Zekrom, which is running Dragon Breath, Wild Charge, and Crunch. Oscar eventually brings his Palkia, and this Palkia, unlike the previous time we've seen, is now running Dragon Breath as opposed to
Yes.
Dragon
As
Tail.
we mentioned, you can TM between opponents, so Oscar's using Dragon Breath now. But
And
he
we get the
switched in very late,
defense
Kevin.
drop. Yeah, and we get the defense drop from the Crunch on Oscar's Palkia. So this is likely an Aqua Tail. Yep. So Cabana does not need to shield this.
Probably
One.
will get farmed down though before anything else happens, but he's up a
Yeah.
shield, and that is going to be pretty big
Yeah.
later on in the
Now
match.
here's the question: does this Palkia have Fire Blast, or does it even get to one?
It doesn't get to one, I don't think. I think it's still pretty
Oh,
far away. Oh, it
oh,
doesn't get to anything.
and he's still
Um,
switch locked, and Cabana's still switch locked because an Oscar just goes into Metagross right away. This is the for first shield from Cabana's side.
throws the shield. I wouldn't have expected a shield there, to be honest. I think you just
Yeah.
go Raikou and
He's
try and double shield it down.
Yeah,
But we do
and you
see the
go
switch there.
Groudon into
Oh
Raikou. Oh
no!
no,
Oh no!
Mud Shot Groudon coming in. Oh my goodness.
This was a hard call. Raikou
This
has
is
nothing to do here.
nothing,
And we saw
nothing.
Kevin. We saw the same exact Metagross Double Dragon line, except this time was more of an ABB format as opposed to the ABA one. But called the
Yeah,
line perfectly with Metagross, Groudon,
I got
and Palkia.
Palkia. This is just yeah. This is just and shields the EQ. Oh yeah, this because the Groudon doesn't even need to shield another
No,
Shadow Ball. But now you could shield this safely and just secure the win.
he could, but Groudon's a big chill in here, and you got to remember the Metagross still has all of its health in the back.
Oh yeah.
Um, so this is just
Yeah,
a
this
really
no shield
strong win
makes a
here.
lot of sense.
Yeah,
And if this is an EQ, then props to Oscar because he's just managing the energy really well. Oh
it's not, but this is still okay.
yeah, I
Because you
mean
can just come into.
because he could just he's gonna throw the wild charge. So I think Metagross just shields this, safely wins, and that's game one. Just
I don't think
GG.
Togekiss gets to a move in the back, and yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Just shield it,
Shield it.
and you're still 4 away, looks like, and,
Yeah. 1-4, one away, and there you go.
oh,
Yeah.
that got pretty
That
close,
win.
actually.
Yeah. You think he was just like one or two charms off, really?
1 charm off, yeah, at the end there.
Yeah.
But very well played.
Yeah.
And Kevin, Oscar just clearly loves this,
Metagross.
wait a minute. Oh my
Oh
god!
my gosh, really?
We were already planning to move
We
on to
were,
the next game, and,
and we are like, we
Cabana
were
is like,
not looking for.
absolutely not.
Oh my
What
god!
did we just watch?
How? How? Cabana worst play
Raikou
2022.
went nuts in that match. Holy.
He saved that Raikou in game just to win and
That was
clutch the
absolute
matchup.
nonsense. Let's just talk about that for a quick second. He
Yeah,
led Togekiss into
listen to
Metagross,
Metagross.
double hard counters in the back, got Raikou down, even shields against the Groudon, and managed to pull it out. Really tremendously done
And
there.
it came down to 1 HP in a dream at the very end. I thought that
Raikou
game
put in
was
work.
over. I thought that game was over at that time.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think throwing the Earthquake first definitely
Was
hurt him because I
mhm.
think the Groudon can win that just going triple Fire Punch with the Mudshot damage. But
Yeah,
the Earthquake, getting the Earthquake shield and only landing the one Fire Punch at the end there was
it
definitely
hurted. I think it
a hurt.
hurted Oscar in that sense because He could just go straight fire. He could always build to the EQ, and then if you go for the fire punch, get the last shield, then you just go EQ easily,
That
right?
was absolutely tremendous play by Cabana, and I just love as the shoutcaster when like everyone, the chat, we all assume the game's over, and a player makes a tremendous play to pull it back at the very last second with 1 HP.
Man. So let's see how Oscar adapts to this next game because he would definitely love to take this game back for sure.
Absolutely.
So we see Zekrom into Escavalier. Oh, this is a very interesting matchup because Escavalier could do Drill Run, but I have not seen how much damage a Drill Run does to a dragon.
Yeah, and here, Kevin, you just notice how big the difference in stat product is. These
Mhm.
resisted dragon breaths are hurting more than
Then the
the
res-
neutral
neutral
counters.
counters. So the
No
drill
shielding the drill run. Doesn't really
does
care that much about it, to be honest.
does 50%. So I think he's gonna go for the crunch here. And he has not revealed Wild Charge to Oscar yet, Cabana. So the opponent shields the crunch. Yep.
Oh, you know what, Kevin? I
He's
think
gonna
they're
get
just
there.
trying to get to.
Oh,
I think they're trying to line up the Togekiss on that Escavalier. They don't really care about the energy. Togekiss could eat it all
they
up.
just yeah, they just want the shield advantage. So yeah.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
that's to let this go. Probably gonna see another drill run or the second move.
Mega Horn,
It's
probably.
me.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Mega Horn. He's gonna swap the ground on. Yep.
We see a switch, which kind of surprises me because Togekiss is very good against Mudshot Groudon.
And
But
we
I
are
guess they
seeing
wanted to
yeah.
see. Yeah, I guess they wanted to save it for the Escavalier.
So my guess here is if Oscar's leading Escavalier, he needs to have a hard counter for almost
He's
Togekiss,
got to
right?
have Metagross in the
He,
back. He's got to have
yeah,
Metagross in the back,
yeah,
and
he
that's
need,
what I think he does have. So this play is a little bit interesting to me. I would
yeah.
have thought that the Togekiss would want to get its work done without the Metagross, because now it's
Mhm.
looking to line up pretty hard into that Metagross in the back.
Oh yeah, he lets this go. So Escavalier's gonna come in, and I think regardless of what comes in, you still gotta throw the Dark Pulse into this.
Hmm.
Yeah, he has to Dark Pulse. So
Escavalier
now
could shield here, to be honest, or it could just let it go and hope that the Metagross can farm down. Yep,
he
you
does
see the
shield.
shield,
He
you see
shields
the
this,
switch, and
gets the
there comes that
Metagross.
Metagross.
There it is. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna get to the flamethrower right before
Nope. Nope. The Meteor Mash gets off, and do we get a shield here? I think you
shield.
let it go. I think you let it go.
I think he.
Oh, you do see the
Oh no.
shield. Yep.
Okay. So he does get the shield, throws the flamethrower. This is gonna hurt the Metagross. It's not gonna kill it outright just yet.
It doesn't kill it. The real
Yeah.
question is, can you get farmed down before? It'll
Oh,
be actually super close.
it's gonna be close. They're gonna die to. Oh, that's not simultaneous.
No, but
So
I
he's
don't think
gonna
it. I
get
think it's okay
one
because I
charm.
think if he gets the drill run here, that's GG's.
Yeah.
Yep.
If this
Very
is,
well played there by the Scavalier. This is gonna be. I think this
it
probably it's
could be
gotta
a
KO.
Mega Horde. Mega
Oh,
Horde.
mega.
Yeah,
Either way. Either way.
has to be. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was really well played there by Oscar, knowing you had the Metagross in the back to deal with the Togekiss. I was a little
Yeah.
surprised Cabana didn't stay in the Groudon matchup, but it got very
Mhm.
close there at the end either
I
way.
think one way Cabana could have played a little differently was let the Togekiss go and then build as much energy onto that Zarude because he still had a shield and he had quite a bit of health on that Zarude. It was not in the red, but it was in the yellow, right? Maybe he could have opted for double Dark Pulse to win that game if
Yeah.
just played any differently.
And the Zarude was pretty low in the red, but Drill Run being resisted from an under-leveled Escavalier,
Yeah,
going for Mega Horn was definitely the play
he-
there because
the play.
it wouldn't have KO'd either way.
Oh yeah. All right, here we go. Game number 3. It is now 1-1 between these battlers. So this next game could change a lot. So Toki's in the battles again.
Again!
Oh no. Oh, let's see. Are we gonna see another one of these games? But
Let's
now,
see
oh, we
how.
have a Zekrom and this time Zarude in the back.
Oh, but you see the Oscar stayed in with that Metagross for a while again, and now this Zekrom has a significant energy advantage here, and that
Mhm.
might be a problem later on.
Yeah, shields the crunch. Makes sense. Oh, there's a little bit of desync in there, but I don't think it's
Yeah,
gonna hurt a
I don't think it
lot.
makes a difference either. But they got to throw.
Oh
Oh
my
no, they don't!
god, no!
Wow.
He even had the crunch and died with the crunch right there. If he was able to throw the crunch, Oscar would be in such a bad position.
Yeah, and that's just
Oh,
knowing your
and
IVs because that was ridiculously close.
here, Oscars does not throw a charge move, but instead of going into Metagross right away, he's waiting out his switch clock. So the
Yeah, I'm a little
Metagross,
surprised at that, to be honest.
yeah, Metagross is just gonna come in, yeah, throw the mirror mash. Will Cabana shield this, or will he put two shields on Zarude? I think he's gonna put two shields on Zarude. Yep,
Uh-huh.
he's two shields Zarude. I think he's gonna put it on Zarude. Oh
Oh, but this
no!
is not what you want to see.
This is not. This is the last thing he wanted to see in the back.
Yeah, and even
Yeah,
though
and
Escavalier is under leveled, the double resisted Vine Whips are doing so little damage. I think the Escav has no problem tanking a Dark Pulse here, and I
mhm.
don't think this Root gets to enough moves.
Yeah, and the worst part here is a dark. S Cavalier can comfortably take the Dark Pulse,
Yeah.
so he needs to throw like three moves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
you can see the
comfortably
Escav
take.
doesn't even care. And just the counter damage is going to start adding up.
Yeah, so I
At this
feel.
point, I think you should let it go.
Yeah, I think this is just one of those games where if he was running right, if Cabana was running Raikou in the back, he'd probably have a shot, but that would still be kind of bad because S Cavalier still has access to Drill Run, which would then be super effective on the Raikou. So that's a
Yeah.
bit more of he undercharges it anyway.
No, I think that's just
Yeah,
regular charging it. I don't think it's undercharging it. I
yeah,
think that's just how little it
yeah,
does.
yeah. All right. Well, he knows that game is over. So Cabana has to win this game in order to get a tie. Implications. He leads Raikou in the Metagross. So this time, this matchup looks okay for Raikou because he could just throw straight Wild Charge. Oh, goes Palkia. Togekiss counters the Palkia. And what's beautiful about this is that Togekiss could come out here with a flamethrower easily for that Metagross for it to come in. And
Oh,
here he
barely
throws.
gets to the move here.
It's probably an Aqua Tail.
Yeah, no reason to shield this.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's
Oh my god!
Hydro.
Oh my
Oh my
god!
god!
What a play!
Hydro Pump! It's a
Oh
Hydro
my
Pump!
god!
What the hell?
That
Oh
is
my
amazing.
Oh my gosh, that's
Oh,
okay. We have not, out of all the moves we have yet to consider Palkia carries, we have not thought about Hydro Pump. Or heck, even
what a
Fire Blast.
call!
Oh, but
Wha-
he still brings in the same lead, so
Yeah, that's a
let's
little bit
see what.
interesting.
So my guess here, he has Escavalier in the back. But let's.
Probably expects that.
So,
No
oh,
shielding
he
the
knows.
Shadow Ball.
Oh, that's a big no shield. So,
That is interesting.
oh boy. Yep, there's the
And the
Escavalier.
Escavalier. Now that Metagross has a ton of energy, but the
Yeah,
decision to no shield the Shadow Ball was pretty
yeah.
interesting.
Let's see how Oscar decides to play. It's not over just yet.
No,
It's not
definitely
over
not.
yet.
Definitely not. The thing is, Kevin, that this Escavalier is in no risk of being farmed down, so it
Mhm.
could just comfortably throw these Mega Horns.
Yeah, so this is a
And
mega. Yeah, the mega horn straight up. Wow. All right. He's gonna throw a move, which makes sense because the Metagross is so low that it probably dies to one volt switch. Really.
yeah, that's the thing. I think you need a shield. You need a shield earlier because you have two shields and not a whole lot
One,
to use them on here.
two. If he sneaks the volt switch in, he sneaks the
Oh,
volt
he
switch
gets it
in.
in. Oh,
It's
that is no. He
massive.
gets this in. That
That's
is
massive. That's over. That's gone. He could not. He can't switch out of this just yet.
no. But the thing is, earthquake in the backside of KO. So getting that drill run off, now you let it die and earthquake, and it's GG's.
And there we go. There's the volt switch.
Or
Snuck
you have
through.
volt switch, and
Yeah.
does he have two meteor meshes though?
I think this volt
It does,
switch
yeah,
kills.
volt switch
It's
chaos. Yeah,
volt
volt
kills.
switch chaos.
There you
Volt
go.
switch chaos. Yeah, yeah.
Wow, what an amazing set of games between
Double
Kabbalah
meteor
and
mash
Oscar.
probably doesn't KO there either
Right.
way,
But
but
either way, this is such an amazing sets of games between Cabana and Oscar. It comes down to 2-2 for both sides. So this ends up being a tie. But we are seeing some
absolutely.
very wild move sets on Pokemon like Palkia. We're seeing Escavalier finally coming into play in Master League Classic. Like, I'm sorry, if any of you run Escavalier in Master League Classic for funsies, that would be literal spice. Because fit all the Dialgas, hit all the set rounds with drill runs, and just
All right,
overall,
so
just see, and we did see that game come Really amazing stuff. Oh,
Absolutely. And for chat was asking if a double meteor mash would have KO'd the Raikou. It looks as if in level 50 a meteor mash is 35%. That Raikou was pretty deep into the yellow, so if he got the double off, and as Kevin said, if he didn't sneak through that volt switch, I think the meteor mash would have probably KO'd, but it would have been
mhm.
very, very close at the back end there.
It would be really close. But yeah, that's the third set of
Oh,
matches.
yeah,
So
sorry, level 40, but I meant level 40, not level 50. That's my bad.
okay, level 40.
Yeah, I meant level
Yeah.
40.
Because I was
But
thinking the
it does almost 30% either way, and so I think it would have KO'd, but it would have been close.
Mhm. We've been really close. All right,
Yeah.
here we are. Our next set of matches will be between, we call this Dutch Goku versus Fatal Error. And this time from Dutch Goku, we are going to be seeing that big blue dragon called Dialga. We have Fairy and Landers. We have Mew, and as Toshi has mentioned, Mew has a lot of flexibility, and this could be running any move set in this case. And we have Gardevoir, which could be Shadow, Avalog, the new Ice type Pokemon under, and Hydreigon. So he has double dragons on his team against Fatal Error, who will be running Zacian, who of course is the bane of existence for many of us Master League Classic players. He has Yveltal, Walrein, Swampert as well, which is like Toshi said, the fourth round value pick, Magnezone, and Rayquaza. Rayquaza is like one of those very spicy dragon picks out there. So
Yeah.
what's
And
the what stands
one
out to you
one
in
thing
this
I'll
match?
say, Kevin, I mentioned it at the start. I'm doubling down now. Swampert looks incredibly strong here. It's got a reasonable matchup against Dialga. It's really good against the Landorus. Depending on the moveset, it's got a reasonably good matchup there. Similar with Gardevoir, the Avalug. Other than the Hydreigon, the
Mm,
Swampert looks amazing. And I think it's going to do a lot of
yeah,
work. On the other
yeah,
side, I think Gardevoir looks amazing for Goku. Other than Magnezone, Gardevoir profiles
yeah.
really well against this team.
Yeah, Gardevoir running Charm, go pick up Yveltal, Rayquaza. Does pretty decent against Swampert. And Walrein. This depends on how many shields they want to commit to the matchup, and against Zacian
Exactly.
as well, because the only moves that Zacian could throw against Gardevoir are either Wild Charge or Play Off. So that charge move set on Zacian is going to come down to play, and of course, we're always speculating to see what this Mew is going to be running, because this could be running anything.
Absolutely. And Kevin, one thing I'd love for us to see here is do we get the Avalug against that Rayquaza, ice fanging it to death? That
Oh
would
god, that would be
be incredibly fun to watch. But I don't honestly think the Rayquaza comes out. I just would like to see
Mhm.
it.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the Rayquaza. I'm like, doesn't do great against Dialga. Will get
No.
hard checked by Gardevoir, and Hydreigon is just going to pummel through that
Yeah.
Rayquaza. But
Rayquaza does
despite,
not look good here at all.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I think it's going to be on the bench. But I definitely see that Swampert coming into play, like you mentioned. Zacian, Safe Swap, and maybe closing out with something like Walrein. Could
All
be
right. Well, let's
wrong,
get into it.
but let's see what happens.
And I think we are. My guess is Swampert is going to be in all three battles, but I've been wrong
Mhm.
before. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Lander. So we're watching the battles from Goku's side. Lander's in a
Ooh,
Meg Zone.
huge
Such
lead
a
there for Landorus.
such a good
Mud
lead.
shots, and
And
there's the
we see the
Swampert. Yep,
Swampert goes into Mew. Mew has Grass Knot
it does
and
have
Rock
Grass Knot.
Slide. Oh
Huge,
boy.
huge play
This is
there.
this is a good call by Goku to bring in a Grass Knot Mew. Just for
Does he get a
this.
shield? Because you gotta expect Fatal Error knows that that
You
is a
know,
possibility.
yeah,
I
I
think you
think
got to shield here.
yeah, this is just another Hydro Cannon, and Mew takes these Hydro Cannons quite comfortably, so
Mhm.
he opts to take two. So are we gonna see? Oh, he's gonna throw the Grass Knot. Will
I
Fatal
think
Error shield
I
this?
think you shield this and farm down. Oh, you can't farm all the. Oh, no shield! Oh man, we
Oh
see how
no!
grass not
Gets
landed in game
gets
one.
gets Grass Knotted to the face. The Swampert. You hate to see it. Oh,
You
but
hate to see it.
and I
And the
think is he get to another Grass Knot?
yeah, he's gonna
Or
just
you?
rock slide, but I hit the grass knot. Actually, I would have grass knot just so you don't shield the next second move. But the
Mhm.
Magnezone needs to respect this. It could be a flame charge. It could
It
be
could
a
be a
whole
Focus
host of
Blast.
moves.
Oh, he
Yep.
gets a shield. Oh,
Yep.
nice.
Tremendous job
Very,
there. And I
very
think you
nice.
can come in either one of those other Pokemon. To be honest,
I think it'd be
I think you come in Landorus.
safer.
I think you come in Landorus here.
Because Landers could take any. Like the Wild Church is resisted.
I mean, so can the Dialga, but I agree with you just because you don't want to show your back Pokemon until you have to.
Yeah, Wild Church is resisted. Goes to the Charmer. Oh no,
Yeah, you
Zacian.
go to
Okay.
the Zacian, and I think you Stone
Yeah.
Edge here, and then just switch, right? Or you can
It's
actually
a,
you can probably stay in here for a little bit. You're up a
yeah.
shield.
I don't think. Okay. I think
Um,
he just stays in here.
yeah, I need to stay in here.
I think he
Shield this.
shields
Yeah, you
this.
gotta shield
Yeah.
this. But
Does
it's in a
yeah.
really good spot. You know that the Dialga in the back will be fine against
Oh,
the
Wild
Magnezone.
Charge.
Good shield there. I think you can superpower now and
Yeah.
just
And just, you know, just
that
let it
grass knot
go.
definitely flipped that matchup. Huge grass knot there.
He lets it go, obviously, and
And
then
now this
the
is just this
Dialga
is GG.
just
She's to do it
yeah.
again. And
Yeah.
the Magnezone cannot touch Dialga in the back anyway.
Yeah, nothing like flash cannon, zap cannon gonna do nothing to the thing. Oh, he shields anyway. Yep, and you just Dragon Breath farm down. Simple as that.
Yep.
Man.
GG's.
So now the mindset here is that Fatal now knows the entire moveset of that Mew from Goku. So how is he gonna play around the Grass Knot and Rock Slide on that Mew?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
So
and Goku is in chat saying he showed the rock slide and the Mew just to scare away
Eveltal,
Yveltal,
Eveltal.
which is funny. Funny strat there.
And
Very
I
good
do
at you gotta do that kind of mind game thing because now the Yveltal knows that Mew might be a problem for it.
Yeah, and I like the revealing of that second charge move Rockside. Like if I was in choose, I wouldn't be revealing that, but you'd be making your points of six. But showing that
Hmm.
sort of revealing thing. Okay, now we see Mew into Zacian, to Zacian, whatever you how do you want to say it. So we now know
And
the Zacian has wild charge. We
the
don't
thing
know its
is,
second. Okay, he's probably gonna wild charge and dip here. So
yeah,
he's gonna let this go. Makes sense.
the thing is, neither of these moves on Mew have stab, and so in a tanky league like Master League, it doesn't
Here
offer a lot of
comes
shield pressure. Oh, the Yveltal came out
Eveltal.
anyway.
Oh, and his backline is generally not great for Eveltal. So let's see what he does. He's gonna no shield the rock slide.
Yeah,
Yep.
no shield on Rock Slide.
And then he's
Comes
gonna come in Dialga.
Dialga.
2, 3, 4. Okay, so the question is here: will he call the bait or will he shield?
I think you shield here and farm down. Oh, no
Oh,
shield.
no,
Called the
good no,
bait.
good no shield.
Very good no
1,
shield.
2,
You gotta
and
shield here though.
yeah. The Zacian is out of energy, so he could throw an Iron Head into the Zacian if it comes back in.
You'll
So he
get the shield back right away, as you said, because the Zacian's going to need to shield the Iron Head, or not, I guess. But I think that's probably what's going to
yeah,
happen.
probably the Zacian is going to come back in, and likely if the Zacian comes back in, we might see that close combat come out of there.
Yeah,
Let's
or they
see.
can just you can just wild charge because it would KO anyway. And you might not want to reveal the
Yeah,
second move,
yeah.
but
Or what he could do here is he's going to get to the second Iron Head. That is massive for Goku. He's getting the second Iron Head off. So will the Zacian commit the second shield?
I think
It
so. Yeah, you got
does. Mhm. He has to. So now the Zacian could build to double charge moves
to.
and throw
He's
both
building
of
to
them.
100. He's
Yep.
well over
There you
100
go.
there.
So what are we gonna see from the Zacian? Wild charge?
I think just throw the wild charge now.
Oh,
Those
close.
combat.
Oh, he reveals a close combat. I think Landers could come in safely here. Yep,
Yes,
Landers comes
yes,
in
for
safely
sure, very safely.
because it doesn't have player. So both of these charges will be resisted on the Ethereum Landorus.
Yep.
He throws the wild
Um.
charge and he's gonna dip out. He is opting to stay in. And he's gonna throw the superpower right away because this Zacian is now quadruple debuffed in defense, so this should kill.
Mhm.
And let's see what's
And
in the back. We
Goku still has
have
a shield. Is very nice.
Magnezone. Ooh, Magnezone.
And this is gonna be GG's
Three.
here.
Yeah, because at this point, he's just gonna save the shield for the Therian Landorus,
Uh-huh.
and this game is pretty much a wrap.
Yeah, the Magnezone would have to get off 3 moves, and it's just not going to do it.
Yeah,
Very good counter there for
one,
this
two.
Magnezone.
Yep, and he throws right before. Doesn't need to do anything.
Yep.
It's just a mirror shot. Yep. So we have the standard move set. Oh, he undercharges that.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Okay. We have It's not over just yet. But
Um,
I think this is fine because the wild
yeah,
charge does not kill from
yeah.
this range.
Just let it go. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
mirror shot. Okay, but you still have the shield for the wild charge, and
yeah. Two.
unless he
Three.
gets two,
That's the thing. Does he have two mirror shots here?
I
That's the
don't.
thing.
Oh, this actually might get close.
This might get close. One away.
No,
Okay, no. She.
that was very close though. The
I thought.
triple mirror shot at the end there
Yeah.
was the play. I agree.
I thought he slightly over tapped on his Mew and died with the grass knot and the rock slide. But even if he were to under tap the rock slide, that was pretty much GG's right there. So
Yeah.
good recovery
I'm
by him to win that game.
I'm
Yeah.
actually very interested. I agree with chat. I don't know why Fatal Error is bringing the Magnezone. It's got a pretty bad matchup against quite a lot of
So
his team.
so here we have T Landers into Swampert. This is the lead Landers does not want to see. So he's gonna superpower here and dip out, which makes sense. But what's his
Swampert is very
backline?
good in this matchup, and he's gonna
He's
go
gonna
right into
bring
Mew.
Mew, makes sense. Probably a Hydro Cannon.
Swampert's fine here though.
Hmm.
The Shadow Claws do very little damage. You can get off like 3 Hydro Cannons before you have to see a Grass Knot.
Are we gonna see the
Swampert's gonna
Yveltal come
do
out? Nope.
nope,
We're g-
staying in.
I
He
like
has
what
so much energy here.
I like what they're doing here because if he has Yveltal in the back, he could just throw this and come into Yveltal and farm all the way down.
He's probably gonna try and catch the Grass Knot. Yep, perfect counting.
Into
Tried to catch the
Zacian.
Grass Knot.
Into
Really good
Zacian.
job there.
Into Zacian. Love to see it.
And that does very little damage. As I said earlier,
Yeah.
non-stab on that Grass Knot.
And
It's gonna really
what
limit the
is
damage.
so amazing here is that he could farm all this energy on the Mew with the Zacian. Now he has so not only is he maintaining switch advantage, he's managed to save that Swampert for a possible Dialga in the back.
Absolutely. And a
Which
ton of energy, as you said. Although the energy won't go anywhere really on this Landorus, but still, 2 wild charges will definitely chunk a bit. And
yeah,
Swampert still has energy in the back.
yeah. There's a little bit of lag here, but
Yeah,
okay,
it looks mutual
back.
though.
Yeah. And then the Zacian will have to throw two wild charges.
Mhm,
The Landers could let go of both of these.
mhm. And the Swampert still has quite a bit of energy in the back. It's got a full move.
Yeah. Now, if let's see here, will Fatal swap out of this matchup and just go straight into Swampert?
I
I
think you
don't
do.
think he does. I don't think he
Ooh,
is.
no, yeah,
Uh-oh.
you're right. No, he's not.
I don't think. Now, is he gonna throw the rock slide or the superpower is the question.
I think it's Stone Edge, but
Oh, did you see the Swampert just snuck in a fast move in there?
it did, yeah. But this
So
would still
this is
KO, so this has to shield. Oh no, it lets it go.
into Walrein.
Oh,
Hmm.
this is interesting.
This is not over yet. It's not over
This
yet.
is not good for Wolverine though. It's so under. It's so
Yeah,
low level at
it's
level
so
40.
yeah. I think Goku's gonna take this game because the CP differential between Dialga and Warren is so tremendous. There's a
Absolutely,
almost a 1200 plus CP differential that the Icicle Spear, even if he baits
it does
here,
so little. I
it
think he needs to double bait and land the earthquake. I just don't know if he gets there.
yeah,
It'll
he
be
has to.
close. It'll actually be kind of close because if this is an icicle spear, I think he actually might get to the earthquake. Now that we mentioned, no,
Oh,
at the
he
earthquake.
throws it.
He
He
throws the
calls the
earthquake.
earthquake.
Yep,
He
yep.
throws the earthquake. Yeah, this is over.
Unless
Yeah,
he gets to another one.
no, but if he does get to another one, that's just going to be the spear because he needs like a full 65 energy to get to the EQ.
Yeah, yeah, I know, but he might. It'll be
Oh,
close. He might get
hmm.
there.
He might get there. Let's see. Is he going to get rid of that?
This
Oh,
might be it. This might be the earthquake, Kevin. Uh,
oh, let's
that was
see.
a lot of energy.
It is
Yeah,
the earthquake.
wow. Now here's the thing.
Wow.
Do
He has a
you?
superpower loaded. He has a superpower. Oh, okay. I was able. He had the superpower loaded.
That was stressful, but yeah,
Yeah,
very,
that was
very close. Very, very
such a
close
close
there.
game. That was such a close game. Such a close game. I think if I count this right, I think
Goku probably should have just thrown the superpower there and not
yeah,
risked it. But either
yeah.
way,
I think Goku's won all three games so far. He such a tremendously Dialga into Shadow Magnezone.
this
This
Magnezone keeps coming.
is
I don't know what the matchup is looking for is.
this Magnezone is like what is he trying to pick up?
It's a very good Pokemon, obviously, Shadow Magnezone, but with so little counter, so little for it to be. I think it's maybe it's there for the Gardevoir, but we haven't seen the Gardevoir at all.
They haven't seen it. And I think I understand why Fatal's bringing in Magnezone every time because that Gardevoir just looks intimidating on his line, right?
Yeah, but just don't. He's not bringing it at all, and this Magnezone
Yeah,
just is not in a good spot here.
yeah,
I
he's
think
got a double wild shard, so
just
he
let
could
this
save
go.
this
Oh,
Dialga. Okay, well he's gonna save the. Oh boy, there's a bait. There comes the Zacian. Oh, now all of a sudden he's in a very interesting position. What he's gonna get off this Iron Head, which is probably gonna get the last shield, or
yeah,
does
and
he?
then I think you come into Mew.
Oh, he
Now
does
you definitely come
not.
into Mew.
I think you saved
Maybe
the
to
Mew.
catch a move.
I think you saved the Mew for the Swampert in the back. If I'm thinking about it, right?
Maybe. But I
Okay.
think you just need to get up energy, whatever you come in with. It's obviously even shields.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
He does come. He's trying to call. Goku's trying to call. There's a Swampert in the back,
Hmm.
so it makes sense for him to get energy now here, so that when the Swampert comes in, he has energy advantage on his Therian Landers. Yeah, which is what happens.
The thing is that Magnezone in the back might actually find the only good matchup for it, which is that Mew. So that might be beneficial. But you're right. I think we do see the. Oh no! Oh no!
We do not see the Swampert. We see the Walrein.
And
Oh,
those
this
double super effective powder snows are gonna start chunking.
is he gonna shield this? No, he
No,
does
you don't need to.
not. And now he switches to this. Now we mentioned this is the only good matchup, but
This is
look at that.
real. This is literally all the Magnezone's here for. So it finally found a good matchup. This probably wild
Oh,
charge, but gets shielded.
a mirror
Mirror
shot
shot.
bait makes sense. This makes sense. He throws the move right away because he does not want to get this. He does not want this Megazord to get to a wild charge. And if he shields,
The Magnezone
I
will
think
get to
it's
a
gonna
wild
get
charge.
it. I think
It'll
it's
get
gonna
there.
get to
It'll for
one,
sure get there. Yep.
2, 3. Yep, it's there. It's right there.
The thing is, this won't KO.
This just
So does it get to a icicle
rock.
spear
I think it get
before?
the Mew gets to the rock slide.
No, it
It
doesn't.
does.
Oh
It,
man, that was so
oh,
close. And
damn.
I think the Walrein had it. I think it just didn't. They didn't want to throw it because it needed to outpace the Landorus in the back as well.
Mhm.
So that was so close.
Yeah, like I think he was the Walrein was in such a tough spot because he needed to leave with a move for the Landers because it gets there at the same time, 5 and 5. So and obviously
Landorus is
the
gonna win CMP there.
Landers is doing CMP. But
Yeah.
either way, those are some really great games for both sides. Goku takes this series 4 games to nothing,
Yeah,
clean sweep.
dominant sweep there by Goku. We had a really strong team comp advantage, and Fatal Error just couldn't line it up. For some reason decided to run Magnezone quite a bit and just couldn't line it up in the matchups it needed
But
to get into,
yeah, I
and it
think
ended up
Mew was
being the
the
difference there.
only matchup it was looking for in this scenario.
And I guess the Gardevoir, but didn't really see that at all either way.
Number 5, we have Blazingly Blaze versus Cabana, and this time we are going to be seeing from Blazingly Blaze, Giratina Altered. There's that Meloetta I've been talking about. We have Zambazenta, the other, of the what do you call this? The Galarian dogs, or what do you even want to call it these days. We have Heatran, Haxorus, and Scizor, which could also be a shadow in my states. And we have Cabana side carrying Zekrom, Zarude, Togekiss, Milotic, Machamp, and Raikou. So the first thing that stands out to me here is Zarude
I
may
was going to
be
say, yeah, go ahead.
Zar- Zarude may have its spots here and there, but I don't know if he's gonna bring it every single game. Meanwhile, Zekrom looks astoundingly really great against Blazing's lineup because even Zekrom in the Meloetta, Dragon Breaths are still gonna hurt. Zekrom in the Heatran will have access to Crunch Wild Charge, and Zekrom in the Haxorus is just going to get obliterated by those Dragon Breaths, right?
Yeah,
So I'm just saying Zekrom looks great here. Togekiss may not look the best because Heatran and Scissor on the team,
yeah.
and and obviously Meloetta could be there as a softer counter to it. And for those who are not familiar with Meloetta, Meloetta is actually one of those Pokemon with some seemingly high stat products that it may confuse a lot of people. That thing is pretty bulky and can take a lot of damage.
Yeah, and one thing I
So
love, Kevin, is I really love Scissor on Blazingly Blaze's side. If you look at
mhm,
the matchup, Scissor's gonna resist the Vinops from the Zekra from the Zarud,
Zarude.
the
Yep.
Togekiss, the Dragon Tail from Milotic. It's gonna resist Dragon Breath from Zekrom. So the typing wise, it's a really strong spot for Scissor. Obviously, the stat product is still a little bit low in Master League, but the only two counters that do a ton of damage to it are Champ and Raikou, and even there you have some play. So I think we'll see
Yeah.
the Scissor quite a bit in this matchup.
Yeah, I think Scissor with Night Slash boosting, we're probably going to see a good chunk of play with that. So
Yeah, and
I
similarly,
can,
I think Giratina is going to have a pretty good play for Blaze as well to
yeah,
deal with both the Raikou
like,
and the Champ.
yeah, even the Giratina Altered is not as terrible against Togekiss because it has access to Shadow Claw and Shadow Sneak, so you could deal. Is going to bring in that Meloetta because I'd love to see that thing in action.
All right, you hear that, Blazing? We want to see the Meloetta. Let's go.
I want some Meloetta action. All right, let's get
I
started.
honestly don't think it looks that good, especially with the Zarud on the other side, but who knows? We might see it.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that once you see the
Yeah.
matches. So we are watching the battles. Yep, you can start Heatran into Togekiss.
Oh my, Togekiss into the Heatran, the
So we
worst
are,
matchup you could possibly ask
yeah,
for.
and we are seeing the Zekrom swap and then in comes Zamazenta. Zamazenta is
Oh,
running.
Ice Fang!
Oh my
That is
gosh, that is
huge
insane.
call there.
But I
It's going
still
to be able to
think
do a ton of
it still
damage
has
here.
it still has to shield this. Could be a
Yes.
wild charge. It has to be a wild charge. Oh my gosh,
No.
he
It's
calls
a
the crunch.
crunch. Calls
He,
the crunch. What a call.
wow.
Gonna
Because
Iron Head here. And I think even with the Ice Fang, this Zekrom could still win Switch.
yeah, it has to shield once.
Oh, it doesn't even do that. Okay, so never mind.
He he doesn't. Okay, he doesn't even farm up a mod, so he wants to farm them with the Togekiss. Makes sense.
But like this Togekiss has absolutely nothing to do with Heatran. There's like
Yeah,
no play there.
no play. You just go to Heatran right away, right? Yep, go
Yeah,
to
yeah, you don't
Heatran
want to waste
right
any time.
away,
Mhm.
right away. He doesn't even have to throw anything because the
Yeah.
flamethrower is neutral.
And
Because
the
the
thing is,
fire type.
Heatran is one of the only Pokemon that exists that double
Mhm.
resist Charm, with both typings resisting Charm. So these Charms are doing nothing.
Nothing. Yep.
Absolutely nothing.
Get Tokus is gone. Here comes the Milotic, and Mellow is just gonna come in there. And the
Yeah,
Milotic's running Dragon Tail.
yeah.
This is not a confusion
I
Meloetta,
was
by
gonna
the
say,
way.
what moveset is that? Is that quick attack?
That's a quick
Or
attack. Is that wait, let me
yes, it's
is
quick attack. Yep, it's quick attack.
it's a quick attack Meloetta. So he's favoring energy generation over
You
fast
know
move
why?
damage.
Because of that Zarud. He wants to make sure if you got it locked in that matchup, he has the Dazzling Gleam more quickly. Very interesting moveset there.
Yeah.
And I like it a
And
lot.
yeah, I like how he makes a agreement to that because Confusion's gonna do well against everything else, but the quick attack just ensures you have a somewhat better Zarude matchup, and I like it
Hmm.
too.
For sure.
So
Eh,
in this case, he doesn't even need to reveal the Dazzling Gleam just yet. He's
Throwing
just
the this is not going to KO because Milotic is kind of bulky in Master League, even though it's not the highest CP. But at the same time, you just want to get to get another move here,
yeah.
and
Yeah, Meloetta is just putting in work against this Milotic. I thought I'd be seeing the two interesting Pokemon that Masterclass would go head to head, but I know Meloetta is up there like a monster. It really is.
yeah,
So
and that
good.
was the worst possible
That's
lead.
what we.
Togekiss into Heatran.
So we have Giratina into Milotic.
Now, this is a good matchup for Milotic. It's not phenomenal because Tina is so much bulkier, but you see the super effective Dragon Tail is coming through. It's as you can
It-
see, they're not doing a ton of damage. So like this Giratina is fine.
And the beautiful part is, will this Milotic, is it carrying Blizzard or is it carrying Hyper Beam?
I think in this meta you gotta carry Blizzard. You gotta
You,
carry Blizzard.
yeah,
Especially not
against
only for the Tina, but just for a lot of these matchups. Like the
mhm,
Haxorus as well. Blizzard is
yeah.
big. Is big.
Yeah, so it's likely Milo does not have to shield this, which I think we're gonna see. Yep, they no shield. And does Blazing call the Blizzard here, or does he let it go?
You've got to shield, I think. You
He's
got
got
to
to shield
shield
the
these.
Blizzard. Yep,
Yep.
there's the Blizzard. I like
Huge
it.
call there to shield that,
In
and now we
comes
see a switch.
Blizzard.
And this Dragon Claw will hurt. Obviously, it's a low attack stat on the altered Giratina, but this will still hurt. This will still chunk.
Yeah. And in this matter here, he could stay in and throw another Dragon Claw to force a shield. Yep.
Yep.
And then probably swap out to Zamazenta.
You remember it had his Ice Fang, so it'll do a ton of
Yeah.
fast move damage. I think I agree with you. I think you're gonna switch out here,
Yeah. He goes to
start getting.
Zamazenta.
Mhm.
And he still saves the Giratina as a sack or something else. So this Zekrom will have to go for the bigger move. So it's probably going to be an Outrage or a Wild Charge.
I
There's
would
no
expect
reason
Wild
for
Charge
this.
here, but I
Yeah.
agree with you, Kevin. Yep.
There's no reason for this. Yeah, it's a Wild Charge.
Mhm.
I like how he's throwing that last minute just to minimize the farm and get more damage in to the
Absolutely.
Zamazenta.
I
Really good
almost
play
thought he
there.
almost had two of them, but not quite.
And
And
in
he
comes
just
the Taurus. Oh
ooh,
boy, this thing has Iron Head. And Cabana
Togekiss
knows
does have a shield,
Cabana
but
knows this. He reveals the Iron Head. Oh, this is gonna come down. Yeah, these charms are gonna hurt.
this will be tight though, because you see here,
Yeah.
Kevin, the Ice Fangs are doing so much damage that Meloetta might be able to just clean up here.
Yeah. Just gotta be careful though. The Milotic is a sack swap at this point.
Yeah.
So all he has to do is not throw. Oh, he
Oh, he
tries to catch it.
tried to catch,
Tries to
tried to
catch.
catch. Yeah.
I like the effort, but this flamethrower is not going to do enough. And Meloetta is so bulky that it could take this like a champion. Yep.
And it can take a serve as well. So I
2,
think what you do here is you
3,
charge up to two, and then you
2.
just
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. Charge up to 2. It's the way to go. And he knows this because the Milotic threw the Blizzard, so that was relatively dry on energy. And in here, we'll throw the Side Shock right away. And if this doesn't do it, then Quick Attacks will. It's still neutral.
Or Shadow Claws, honestly. The Tina in the back will tank a charm and get two Shadow Claws off.
Or this kills. This
But yeah,
kills.
this kills. This kills.
It stabs Side Shock, right? Same type attack bonus.
Yeah.
All right. Game 2 goes to Blazing. He is now up 2-0 in the series. So you have Scissor to Togekiss. Oh my gosh. Another
This
great
Togekiss
lead.
is not finding
That's what-
any of the
And
leads it needs to.
and it gets
But it's
Raikou.
still coming.
It comes Raikou now to the fray.
That was a very late swap there, Kevin. That might be an issue
Yeah.
because now I think this Raikou gets off two moves
Yeah. And the issue
before.
and
Yeah.
the issue here is the Raikou could just go straight Shadow Ball, then Wild Charge later. Oh, he goes Wild
Oh,
Charge right
straight Wild
now.
Charge.
And he throws another one.
Now, did that close combat register? I don't think it did. If it did, that'd be a big problem.
Yeah, he does not want to throw the
No,
close combat right here.
yeah. Part of me thinks you can almost farm down here now. He's gonna have to just throw.
Yeah, he has to throw.
Now, does the Raikou match shields here and try and get the farm down on his end? He
No, he
does
doesn't.
not. I think he could have done that. I think he could have Volt Switch down, but chooses just to take the shield advantage. Is gonna come back into your Togekiss and try and get some energy. Oh, never mind.
He's gonna come in
instead.
Zekrom. This is still not great because Meloetta has to do a lot of work here.
Meloetta has to do a decent chunk of work here, but you see those quick attacks are actually doing a
Yeah.
decent chunk of damage.
So this is a crunch, and this is super effective because it's part psychic.
You gotta let it go though.
Yeah, he can't.
You gotta let. Oh,
he-
Wild Charge. Interesting.
That makes sense. But now
Oh wait, this is
it's a
Exeter.
Fury
Sorry,
Cutter.
Fury Cutter. Yeah, this is not.
This is a Fury Cutter Scissor.
This is way different. I'm very surprised. I thought that was gonna be Bullet Punch for sure.
But I think the Fury Cutter is for the Zarude. Now he could go Iron Head and get the last shield or take this out outright.
If this gets shielded though, can the Togekiss farm down?
Oh, it double shields.
It'll be close. No, I think the Scissor still gets to another Iron Head. It'll be very close.
You gotta shield here.
You gotta shield here.
Yeah, so the ancient power. Will they get the boost?
Oh
no,
boost!
they get the boost!
Oh my god!
They're gonna get the boost. Oh, they're gonna die with the Iron Head.
Oh.
That is unfortunate. That is
F
so
in the chat.
unfortunate.
That's so
unfortunate.
That is so unfortunate.
Get the boost, win the game.
Man.
Oh god, I would hate to be in that position, but
Blazingly Blade played that game perfectly, and the boost just did him in there. Oh, you hate to see it. Unless you're Cabana, and then you don't hate it to see it.
If you think about it, he needed to win that game to keep his thing alive, so he has to win this next game to force a tie. So let's see how
I
this one
agree in chat
goes.
though. I think two shielding Zekrom would have been easier, but I guess the boost saved him in the end there.
Or he trying into Raikou. Okay, I have no idea how this matchup goes.
Me neither. I'd assume the slightly higher stat product on the Heatran is helpful,
Yeah.
but
But look at how much these Volt Switches and Fire Spins are doing to each of
yeah,
these pokes. Oh, he's gonna catch a Wild Charge. Is that a Wild Charge? That's gotta be a
probably. But if that's
has
a
to be a.
Shadow Ball,
If it's a Shadow Ball, oh, it's
no,
a
it's
Wild
not. Yeah,
Charge.
very good
Okay.
catch. A very good
Nice
catch there by
catch.
Blaze.
Switch to Togekiss. Oh, we have this Ancient Power from the Giratina altered. Are we
Yeah,
gonna see a boost from the Giratina? Is the question now.
this
Are we
is
gonna see
boost,
the
boost,
boost?
boost for days here, Kevin. Boost for days.
Boosts. Come on. Let's see the boost. Let's see a boost. No boost.
No,
Oh,
there's still
okay.
one more chance. There's still one more chance. Let's get a boost here.
Yeah. You could still like Cabana knows he could live in ancient powers. He could no shield this
He's probably going
easily.
to. The thing is, the energy on this Togekiss is not going to do a whole lot against Heatran.
Yeah, so it makes sense. Yeah.
So you can just easily tank whatever this Togekiss throws, farm down. And remember that Raikou already threw, so the Heatran will now be in an energy advantage, which will be
Yeah,
big
it will be in a better position. So he could let this go and
for
put
sure.
two shields. Oh,
Oh,
he's actually
really?
gonna he's actually shielding it.
I know the flamethrower is neutral, but it's also non-stab. I wouldn't have expected a shield there, but he does shield, and
I would have put two shields on Meloetta actually, but okay.
Zekrom.
He has not
Zekrom.
revealed Stone Edge on Heatran just yet. So this has some play with all this energy. Yep.
No shield there.
And another
And
Stone Edge comes in right away. And then he's gonna swap out of here, right? I
I
think
think
he
he
is.
just put it all on Meloetta at this point. Yep.
Yep.
Staying in. It makes sense. The Dragon Breaths are resisted, but the Zekrom will outpace.
Hmm.
I think you let this
So
go. Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
I think he's just waiting to throw energy, and Raiko's out of energy, as we already know from the
Well, I don't
matchup.
think it's quite dry, but it's mostly out of energy.
Mostly out. I think it did like 4 volt switches and dipped out.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah,
Because
it's
that was
just
CMP. That was CMP.
yeah, he has to shield this now.
I think that's the game. I think now the Raikou can come in, shield the move. Oh, it wasn't CMP.
Oh, it had to move the whole time. Okay,
Yeah, no, it's farmed up a lot, and this is
definitely a wild charge. Yep.
yep.
And
I think at this point though, you just let this go. You let the Raikou go and
yeah,
Dragon Breath down, and it
yeah.
looks like Cabana will pull out the two
It's how
two.
to man that boost from Game Free just saved him
Yeah, that
from
boost. You hate to see it if you're Blaze,
yeah,
but hey, sometimes that happens, you know.
yeah,
Very well played there in Game 3 by Cabana. That
very well
Raikou
played.
double wild charge strat came
That
through at the end there.
and I think Cabana is running that ABA double electric strategy.
Mhm.
Such a clever way to look at it. So yeah, tough games, but yeah, a well-earned 2-2 for Cabana, I guess. And we'll see where the standings end up after. But that is some awesome play. I think I expected to see Mello at the end, right? So we get to see that.
Yeah, and that was a very good moveset on the Meloetta too. I think it paid off there. But
Oh
either way,
yeah,
well played by both trainers. And
both
let's
trainers.
get into Oscar's third set of the game.
Yeah, this is the day where Oscar said if he wants to climb up to the standings, he's got to win at least 2 out of 3 of these matches. Right? I think he lost the first one. I think he got the second one. So this is against 7, 8, 9. So we've seen both of these battlers before in earlier matchups to stream. So what I already see stand out here is that Palkia could do a lot of work
Palkia
against
looks almost free.
free to go against 7, 8, 9's team, right?
Yes, and just to reiterate to chat, Oscar's. Oh wait, never mind. Never. I forget I said that.
Oh,
The Palkia is going to have very good matchups. Other than the Regice down shields, there's
hmm,
not a whole lot that can hurt this Palkia.
yeah,
Dragon Tail is entirely resisted across the board, so that'll be a good thing for Oscar to
yeah,
have on his side there.
yeah. He could even auto run Dragon Breath for better fast move pressure, but I think Dragon Tail also works out. For the Groudon, I think Dragon Tail would be your preferred move set here because you do not want to mud shut down a Gudra and be like the only move you can hit it with is Earthquake, right? I'm just thinking this is where we're going to see the double Dragon Tail moveset again from Oscar.
Yeah, I think
And
so
I
too.
think from 7,
Um,
8, 9, I think we might see a change of movesets here for 7, 8, 9 with the Gudra, but I think still keeping Grass Knot. Like Grass Knot might not even look great here. I think you might have to opt to run Muddy Water and Draco Meteor.
I
might be
think I
could
think
be
I agree with
wrong.
you, and I think just to add on to what you said, Kevin, I think Dragon Tail and the Groudon is good, especially for the Ho-Oh, more so than even the Gudra. But I think that's definitely the play. And Oscar's shown a willingness to go double Dragon Tail
Yeah,
throughout his sets today, so I think that's something he might lean on as well.
yeah.
The
I'm
only
actually
issue again with double Dragon Tail would be that Regice that exists.
yeah. I'm only curious to see if Oscar's gonna go back to that double Dragon Tail moveset or if he's going to mix and match with one of those two things. Because, like we mentioned here, you could change movesets between battlers, but not in between matches.
Right.
So we'll see how this one goes. If Oscar could win this series, he's to the next round
Agreed.
of matchups. Because as
Okay.
we've discussed before, Oscars day could be good or bad depending on how these ones go.
And Oscar could bring Tito here. Someone mentioned in chat. I think Tito is really good unless you get it matched up on that Heracross.
Definitely. All right, let's see here. We are going to see Metagross lead into Heracross.
There's the
So,
Heracross.
so we are watching the battles from Oscar's perspective this time around. So I
And this is
think,
a pretty neutral matchup. Obviously, everyone's throwing neutral damage. The
and
Heracross,
look at this Metagross is running Psychic and Meteor Mash, no Earthquake on this. And just looking at it, it makes sense
agreed.
because you need the Psychic to hit the Ho-Oh, right?
Yeah, and you
And
see there, Rhyperior comes in. It's a mud shot Rhyperior, which answers some of our questions. And the Metagross needs to get out of here just as
yeah,
quickly as possible. Coming
and
in with
with
the Palkia.
Palkia,
That makes sense just because the Aqua Tail is going to be double super effective. It'll be immediate shield
yeah,
pressure with
yeah.
this charge move. Do we see a shield?
I think he has to let this go.
Yeah.
Yep, he has to let this go.
And you see Kevin, Oscar just loves this Metagross double
Yeah,
Dragon Tail
like a,
team. He just every
oh
time, and
my
it's works. It
god.
works. So why not?
And the thing is, this Heracross is not in a position to take it to Palkia. It's so healthy that not even a
Yeah.
close combat would take. Well, close combat will take us out, but the Heracross has to shield to fire it off. So he could just let this go and
Yeah.
Dragon Tail down whatever's in the back.
Kevin, Oscar has two shield advantage now, and
Mhm.
Groudon just has no problem with two shields. Groudon has no problem in the back.
Mhm. And it comes a
Gudra.
Goodra.
Oh no, this is gonna be
If
Groudon's
this
going
is
to go to
Dragon Tail,
town
right?
here.
Dragon Tail. Dragon Tail. It is
Yep.
Dragon Tail Groudon. And I think this is a muddy water. He threw it so early. He threw
It's
it so
very
early.
early. Yeah, I think you should have
Yeah.
tried two shield flex here. To be honest.
Are we gonna get debuff here? No, we're not.
Nah, we're not getting a debuff.
No
He'll probably
debuff.
shield the next one. Probably shield the next one.
I mean,
But I don't think that Heracross has a move quite yet. Close to one.
he has to shield this.
Yeah. You could just double shield the Groudon farm down and then fire punch the Heracross. Groudon obviously wins CMP against
Yeah.
Heracross, regardless of whether it has a move or not.
The thing is, he could even Earthquake the Heracross because it's just a thing. It's so low.
I mean, you can do whatever you want at the Heracross. The thing is, unless he can switch into the Heracross,
Oh,
which
he
it does not
doesn't.
appear like he can. No,
He
his switch couple
can't.
is not
Yeah,
quite up yet,
not
and Groudon's
quite.
going to win this CMP.
Yeah, he easily win the CMP over the Heracross.
Yeah, I like a lot of points.
I you choose these picks early, and the later picks you choose can sometimes just be dependent on thing. Yeah, it was so low. Yeah. That was a clean win for Oscar in game one. Let's see how 789 decides to adapt
I love
in
chat.
the
They're
next
saying
game.
you could buff Guja by removing
Oh,
Muddy
we
Water.
are
Yeah,
right.
Muddy Water is
Shadow
pretty bad.
Tyrant,
Oh
Shadow
man,
T-Tar into a
this
regular
matchup.
Mewtwo. Oh, it's running Rock. Oh
It's running
my gosh.
SmackDown,
Palkia.
and
Palkia in
this
the
is
back for
just
this. Oh my gosh. You
this is
hate.
working out very well for Oscar.
Oh my goodness.
That T-Tar, just the guts to bring a T-Tar when they led Heracross last game, really worked out well
Insane.
for him there.
I think he shields this. This could be a superpower.
You outpace, so you don't need to worry about. Yeah, you can shield. Oh, surf. Okay.
I mean, it
Um,
does make sense, yeah.
yeah, it makes sense.
'Cause-
We still have
and
not
you
seen the second move, but I'd imagine it's probably Rock Wrecker.
has to be
Given,
right.
yeah,
It
given
has
that
to
you're running
be.
mud shot, it's got to be Rock Wrecker. I think anyway. Double
He
shielding this, I guess, to try and get two shields. Oh wait, okay. I'm just thinking ahead here.
he
What
doesn't.
if the Mewtwo has Focus Blast and he's double shielding just to try and
Oh, he
get.
throws the rock wrecker on the Palkia. Okay. So now the question here is he come in with Groudon because Rhyperior is now out of energy. So
I'm
what's
shocked. I'm shocked that Oscar was willing to give up Switch there. He had the perfect situation. Oh, but this is just
yeah.
unfortunate. This is
Yeah, look
this
at
is
this.
mean.
It's SmackDown
This is
Tyrannodon.
mean.
This is so
Oh
mean.
man. Oh,
He
seven
didn't
eight
mean.
nine was not expecting this T-Tar at all.
Oh, that's sad. That is so
That is
sad.
disrespectful.
That's why he didn't fight for Switch because
Yeah, that
I
is
think I saw the
disrespectful.
SmackDown come in first, right? And then he just swaps to Palkia. But because he was expecting probably the Ho or even the Gudra, Regis probably would have been the more
Yeah, but
interesting one.
Heracross would have been a huge problem if he didn't get switched there. But either way, yeah, with the Ho-Oh, that T-Tar just was disrespectfully good.
All right, we got Palkia and Gudra. Okay, this is a more workable matchup for Palkia for Gudra, and then we see the Groudon switch in,
It's still not great though for either of these matchups, and the Gudra's
and
not leaving.
it's not leaving. Also, another catch here 789 does not have a decent response to his Groudon. If you
No, he
look at the
doesn't.
teams, that's why your Groudon safe swap's really good here, and I like that. I like that.
Heracross will be able to farm down, but
Yeah,
it will have to eat these fire punches.
just
And
yeah.
obviously,
One, two,
Oscar's just
three.
excited.
Oh, he gets to the
Oh,
fire
gets it
punch.
off!
He gets the
One
fire
HP in a
punch.
dream.
This is gonna chunk if he lets this go. This is gonna chunk. Oh my goodness!
Wow. And
Wow,
now this Palkia can farm down. It can probably just eat a close combat, farm down, and with the Heracross gone, Metagross in the back looks even stronger.
definitely. So he could just let this
Oh wait,
go.
it came in Metagross instead. That works too, to be
Yeah,
honest.
he lets this go. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
let's go.
Close combat. Yeah,
Yeah.
close combat.
Yep. He
Sense.
hadn't actually shown Rock Blast yet, so that could have been Earthquake. But
Yeah.
it would have taken a little bit more energy to get there.
Oh,
And now we
Rhyperior.
see Hyperior. Ooh, gets
This is
off this
such
Meteor Mash.
such a big move. Such a big move. This is gonna hurt.
Mhm. And then he
And
can
then
comfortably switch into Palkia. No,
oh, he has to save the shield for the Gudra. I see why.
yeah, but I mean, with what HP? Like, you just get farmed. There's nothing you
Yeah,
can do.
it's yeah.
There's
There's
nothing.
nothing.
Okay.
There's nothing they can
There was
do.
never any play there. Just a really well
Man,
played game by
oh
Oscar.
wow, he's still flexing with two shields.
And he's
Two
running the
shields.
same team. The thing
I
is,
know.
789 has no answer to Dragon Tail. No
Oh,
answer
but
to Double
this
Dragon Tail.
and here's the thing. He's now Oscar's like, oh, I'm gonna show my Zapdos. And what does he have for this
Oscar's just
Groudon safe swap? Oh,
literally not nothing. This is a fine matchup for Groudon, especially when it's
with
running
the Dragon Tail.
Dragon Tail. You
Yeah,
still kind of
you.
lose it, but if you shield the right things, you can make this work.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like for the hole here, they have to throw the earthquake. Yeah,
Yeah.
the hole still had to shield that
Yep.
regardless.
And
So
Groudon can let this go.
yeah,
Yeah, Groudon's gonna let
perfectly.
this go. Regardless of what this is, it should KO, which means that the Zapdos can
Oh,
get some farm.
they brave bird
Zapdos just comes in here and farms, right? Yeah.
all the way.
And the thing is, Kevin, the he's gonna get two shields to the
Mhm.
Palkia because like what are you gonna throw at it, right? Just
Oh yeah,
you don't need to shield this
one,
at all. Just throw your
two.
drill run here. Yep.
Throw the
Perfect.
drill back there. Makes sense.
Drill back, yeah, sorry.
And
And yeah,
then
it's just double shielded Palkia is gonna have fun.
yeah, like even if it's Gujar in the back, it's gonna get chunked down. Oh, this makes sense. Okay, he's gonna chip down the right pier to make the farm down a little bit easier.
I'm honestly a little surprised with that because Aquatail will KO anyway. I would have thought they would have saved that drill pack for the back.
For
But
this, right? But oh my, this Dragon Breath are doing so much to Palkia.
this is
Yeah,
actually gonna get closer than I thought. You
yeah,
double up here. Mm.
yeah. Unfortunately, I think. Yeah, I thought so too. The Gudra's just so much Dragon Breath pressure. He knows shields because he now has to save the shield for the Rhyperior, which is yep, Aqua Tail goes through.
The thing is, the mud slaps are resisted in the back. Does Zapdos get the two moves? I doubt it. I think the Rhyperior still just farms it down.
Yeah, one. But the Dragon Tail damage here is valuable.
Yeah, it's still. I don't think you get the two
I
moves
think the
in any
concern
world.
is yeah, no,
You get farm
yeah.
down here. You get farm down here. Yeah.
Yeah, Mud Slap is like a move in which it's
If you
resisted,
tanked
but
one
it's
more if you tanked one
heavy.
more mud slap, you'd get to the second drill peck.
Yeah.
But it
I
doesn't. It
don't
doesn't.
think from that health reach is enough.
No. No, it would the
Yeah.
second drill peck would have KO'd, but you don't get to it.
Yeah.
And then you two shields flex without winning, which is another way to do it.
Oh yeah, but
But
Oscar clearly takes this one though 3-1. So I guess he
yeah,
was just running the Zapdos for fun at that point.
yeah.
All right,
Very
that
dominant play there by Oscar. He loves that double
else.
dragon claw. Just loves it.
Also, we playing the sixth matchup. We have yet to see the sixth matchup. Just
Yeah, we got the
for
six
the
matchup going to
preview.
come on. Yeah, if I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken.
and we
This will
have
be the
not
first
seen
one
any of
for
these
both of them.
battlers, so this is like the fun one. So Stefan's running Lugia. Genesect could run any of those Techno Blasts. Doesn't could we, let's see which one it is, right? We have Garchomp,
Dude,
Ragnarok, Curum, and Terrakion.
Suicune
Or
looks so good here, though. Look at the
oh,
Suicune matchup. Suicune, it has Ice Beam for the
mhm.
Garchomp, the Lugia, Hydro Pump for that Regirock, and it has a move for almost everything. Suicune looks like a tremendous safe swap here, or even a
Sweet.
lead.
Yeah, and then here we have Heater Side, Melmetal, Dragonite, Incarnate Landorus, Sylveon, Arbonitu, and Suicune. And as you mentioned, Suicune just looks really great in this matchup overall. I'm just thinking on Stefan's side, that
Kyurem is the only thing that can beat that,
Serum,
that beats. Yeah, Kyurem is the only thing that beats Suicune here.
yeah, because it walls it completely.
Yeah.
Hydro Pump, Ice Beam. Well, Ice Beam is actually neutral
It's
because it's a part
neutral,
drag,
but it's
part
still
dragon.
in Master League with Suicune's low attack stat. A neutral non-stab Ice Beam won't be very hurtful.
Oh
So I
yeah,
think I think that's their best bet to deal with Suicune.
for sure. Yep, with this being all
Oh, chat's
right.
letting us know that Suicune's just bad in Master League, so it doesn't win all those matchups. But still, I still expect that we could see it from time to
Yeah,
time.
we might see it in a couple of games here and
Yeah,
there, but
yeah.
I'm very curious to see how things run. So
Well,
you
this is
guys
a
see
very good This is a very good lead for that
Garchomp in the
Garchomp.
Melmetal, swaps into T Landers.
This is honestly fine for Garchomp as well.
Yeah, so
The
we are
Dragon
watching
Tail.
the battles from Stefan's perspective.
Mhm.
Just FYI.
It's probably a Stone Edge and Earth Power as that's fine too.
Power. Mhm.
Gonna get a switch here. Makes sense. You don't want to throw any of the double.
Oh,
Oh, very good catch there on
what a
Lugia.
switch! What a
Very
switch!
good catch.
Earth power? Earth power? Yeah, oh
Yeah.
my goodness,
Earth
it's an Earth
Power.
power.
Amazing switch. And Lugia can comfortably
Wow.
farm down here.
Yep.
And that guard jump has 100 energy in the back, which is going to be huge later on.
Yeah. This is gonna get to a rock slide. Lugia can take it easily.
Yeah,
Easily
Lugia is
take
just
it.
chilling here. Lugia can take everything. That's just a general rule of Master League. Rock
Yeah.
slide, no problem at all. And
Thing already has a loaded sky attack.
yep.
I think in
I
this
you
scenario,
just go you go Aeroblast. There's no reason to Sky Attack. From this range, you can still tank a Rock Slide from the Melmetal. And you can almost tank it to the point where it needs to throw a second move, because Lugia is ridiculous.
mhm. Yeah, so they no shield the Aeroblast. Melmel's farming up to quite a bit of energy, but again, the energy is going to be kind of useless into the Garchomp because the Garchomp could comfortably take superpower
Absolutely.
at this point. So
And yeah, it tanks
he
this.
undercharges the Rock
He
Slide,
did. I
gets
think
the
that was just normally charged. It's just Lugia is that tanky.
mhm,
And then Garchomp's gonna come in here. Probably
yeah,
just throw an Earth Power, try and get rid of this Melmetal. Oh no, Sand Tomb makes sense.
because he could let this go And then probably there's a Sylveon in the back of this team, right? Oh, he does shield.
And
That
Garchomp can comfortably let this go. Oh,
mm,
gonna shield it.
interesting.
Okay.
He's going to call.
Flash
Oh,
cannon. What a
oh,
shield there.
oh,
Very good
this.
call on the shield. And do you Earth Power is significantly better in this matchup than it would be against like a Togekiss, obviously. So
Oh
this will
yeah,
still hurt, but I think you just come in Regirock here.
yeah,
And you probably get to 2 Stone Edges before you have to worry about anything.
yeah. And the Regirock can actually take a Moonblast from this range
Oh, easy.
easily,
Yeah, easily.
easily.
And the
So
thing is, though, that Melmetal shown
yeah.
it does not have superpower, and I don't know. It's gonna have to tank. It's gonna have to shield before it gets to another Flash Cannon.
Hmm. Yeah, this
So, yep.
throw the rock slide, get the last shield makes sense.
The thing is, this Melmetal can try and overfarm to the point where it can Flash Cannon here and still get to another one against the Garchomp, because Garchomp's a little bit slower with its energy, but it'll have to farm up to almost 100 before it throws here.
Yeah, good counting by Heater to throw
Mhm.
this flash cannon into the Regirock. Oh, it does not kill. Oh
Oh,
my goodness! Wow.
this is resisted. It won't KO, probably,
Yeah.
but it will
He
probably put it into Dragon Tail range. Yep. And now you can just Dragon Tail
one,
down. The Melmetal needs
two,
to get to another Flash Cannon, and it's not able to
not
do
even.
it. Wow.
It still needs all that energy, so that
Yep.
was big thing.
Chomp could have definitely tanked a Flash Cannon too. There wasn't a whole lot Melmetal can do there, but it did its best,
All
and
right, so
Flash
we
Cannon
have
really,
Garchomp lead into a Charm Sylveon, right?
yeah.
Sylveon lead. All right. Garchomp into Sylveon. So this time Heater picks up the lead. We see the Regirock come in, and we see the Landorus come in. Oh boy! So this is generally a good
This is good for
matchup for
This is very good for
Landorus.
Landorus. Yeah, very good.
Definitely
It can
good.
comfortably tank a Stone Edge, and then the Earth powers will threaten shields immediately.
Oh
As
wow!
you can see there, it barely doesn't even do half,
Yeah,
and this Earth power will do quite a bit.
I think this Earth power. Oh, okay. He opts to shield.
Makes sense. I don't think you ever outpace to. You don't get to 4 before they get to 3. So I think in any shield scenario, the Landorus will win this.
Hmm.
But at the same time, just hoping that they'll give up switch for shield is always a reasonable play to make.
Yeah, in this person, and he shields. Yeah, at this point, the Earth power will kill.
Yeah.
But I think he's just gonna go shields down for both sides, and I
Mm,
also like this play because
agreed.
if you look at the line, Lugia looks really good here.
And Regirock gets to these moves disrespectfully quickly. Lock On to Stone Edge is one of the fastest nuke moves in the game. But
Is he gonna
Mudshot
catch the
for Earth
Earth power?
Power,
Oh, he's gonna catch the Earth power in the Garchomp.
at this point, you're almost just sacking Garchomp because between this Earth Power and the Charms, Garchomp might not even get to a move.
Hmm.
Yeah, it won't. It might get to a Sand Tomb, but definitely will not get to an Earth Power.
It's gonna get
Just
to a
gonna
Sand
throw the
Tomb.
Sand Tomb, yeah. If the Sylveon was counting, it's pretty easy to count Dragon Tails. If it was counting, it probably doesn't even shield this.
Right.
Yeah, no shield, and this Sylveon is in a really good spot.
Yeah, the Stone Edge will not kill
Nope.
for sure.
Not even. Oh, gonna come into Lugia. Okay.
I
I don't
think
hate this move because you have a lot of energy on that Regirock. You want to save that energy.
there could be a Mel in the back though. He
Yeah,
goes
that's a
for the
good point.
Moonblast. Could be a Moonblast. Okay. Skytech will not kill, so he has to throw the
No, but have to go the
Aeroblast.
Aeroblast.
He has to throw the
You'll get
Aeroblast.
there. Oh, he's
Oh,
going
he
to go for the Sky Attack. It is debuffed, but this still won't KO, right?
this
Even despite
shouldn't.
the debuff, this shouldn't KO.
This wouldn't. This
No.
doesn't.
Can you
Is he gonna
Dragon Tail
Dragon
down?
Breath farm down? He's gonna Dragon Breath farm. Oh my
Oh!
goodness! Really, really,
Now that Lugia
really.
has a ton of energy. That was really interesting energy management. The thing is, are
So
you going to get Earth powered here? No, you're not.
three.
Oh, you
Oh,
are.
he loses CMP. Yeah.
That was a little bit too overfarmed, but there
Yeah.
wasn't a whole. He had to get the energy because he had to outpace the Melmetal in the
Mhm.
back. If there
Yeah.
was a Melmetal in the back.
If it was a Mel, right? I think we're just gonna. Yeah, we're just gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah. we're not going to see the third Pokemon on Heater's side in this game.
Everyone just guessed what it was. My
Yeah.
guess would probably be that Melmetal.
Yeah. So he's just recognizing Garchomp was absolutely useless. But yeah, well played by Heater on that game.
Yeah.
Win the lead.
He was
Recognizing
in a rough spot, and that just the
All
Lugia
right.
tried its best.
All right, we got Genesect into Melmetal. Ooh, I think this is the Fire Technoblast, right?
Yep.
Yep, it's the
It's
Fire
fire.
variant.
Fury Cutter gets there very quickly.
And the Rock Slide here is going to be neutral because it's part Steel.
But it'll still hurt.
It still hurts.
Not a. I mean, it doesn't hurt that much.
Not as much as I thought. Oh, it's
Not as
running
much as it would
Magnet Bomb.
in lower leagues.
He's going straight for the Technoblast. Will we see this land? This is going to be.
I doubt it. I think you have to understand what it has at this point.
Yep.
Yeah, it gets the shield. I think you
Yeah.
let the Genesect go. I don't think you shield this because I think you should want to get the. Oh, you do shield. Okay.
Unless he's gonna go for it again and get the last shield.
You don't outpace. I don't think. I think the
No.
Melmetal gets another move.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, you do outpace. Wow. All right. So now the thing is, if the Melmetal shields this, it'll definitely get the 2 more rock slides before the next one.
Oh.
So, do you double shield here? That's my question.
I
Do
don't
you
think
match shields? No, I think you let it go.
I don't think he has to let this go. He's gonna get outpaced.
Yep, I agree.
He's already at 7, so he's down to 2.
And we
Go
know
Garchomp. Has to go
we know
Garchomp
that
in
he
here.
has Flash Cannon on this, but Garchomp can comfortably tank a Flash Cannon. Obviously, the Thunder Shocks are being triple resisted. Garchomp is in no struggle here at all.
Yep. So we got the
This
Flash
does,
Cannon.
like,
Flash
half-
Cannon does quite a
half, yeah.
bit. In comes Etherean Landorus. And
You
what
just, I
sucks
think you
here
switch here
is you got to get out. You got to catch the Earth Power.
again. Oh, he tried.
He's
So
trying.
You can shield here and then switch out.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's probably the play. Just shield, switch out.
Yeah. Get out of here.
Oh, he threw the rock slide, expecting the catch.
Wow.
He expected the catch again, threw the rock slide. Oh man, that's funny.
Wow.
That is funny.
That's some 5-head play right
The
there.
thing is, Lugia can so comfortably tank even 2 rock slides that it's not even struggling that much here. And that Garchomp is so loaded, Kevin. That Garchomp has 1,000,000,000 energy in the back. That was a really funny play, though. Throwing the rock slide, trying to anticipate the catch like you had in game 1. And getting the shield either way. And look at all the energy this Lugia and the Garchomp have. Melmetal comes back out. The Aeroblast will hurt.
Mm-hmm. It will.
It won't quite KO, but I don't think this Melmetal can farm down. I think it needs to throw. It definitely needs to throw.
Yep. Has to.
It'll get to a rock slide right about now.
Yep. And then if we're right in the back, probably it is a Sylveon.
If it's Sylveon, then I think that's a. I don't think 2. Yep, it is.
Sylveon. It's Sylveon to wrap.
2 Earth Powers will not KO. It'll be annoyingly close, but I think the Sylveon can charm this down.
Oh wait,
actually,
no,
wait. It might.
It could. Oh, but it doesn't get. Oh, it does.
It does.
It does. Wait. It's not over yet. The Thundershock's triple
literally
resistant.
has 1 HP. I think a Thundershock might do it. Yeah, that's dead. So I think Thundershock might do it. Oh my god!
No!
Did we just see a Thundershock farm down of a Garchomp?
Thundershock win.
It literally does 1 damage. It literally does 1 damage. And that was all it took to KO there. That is insane. I've never seen a Melmetal Thundershock down a Garchomp before.
Oh my gosh. That's a one for the story.
That is ridiculous.
That's one for the storybook.
Triple resisted Thundershock. Literally, if it had 2 HP, literally 2 HP, that
they lose.
That Garchomp wins that. But you just the two duration turn on Thundershock versus the 3 duration turn on Dragon Tail, and literally one Thundershock. That is insane.
That's amazing.
I have never seen that before. I've seen a lot of Master League battles, but a triple resisted Thundershock KOing a Garchomp is ridiculous.
Man, let's see what this last game is. Suicune. Oh, you mentioned we were gonna see this one game over.
Yeah,
here we are.
I do like Suicune as a safe swap here.
Ice Beam, right?
It's kind of shield, right? You don't have to shield because apparently Garchomp can tank it, but you don't want to tank a double super effective Ice Beam. So you get a shield, and probably gonna Earth Power. Yeah, Earth Power.
Yeah, has to have power.
Snarl goes through, and Suicune outpaces comfortably. So the thing is, like, if the Suicune wants to shield this and get another Ice Beam off, it can. It
Oh, it
doesn't.
doesn't. Does it get there? No, it
Nope.
doesn't. Nice. So
Very
it's
good play there by Garchomp.
I
I think they
think
probably expected the Sand Tomb, to be honest with you.
if the Sylveon may come in here because they let Melmetal again.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Sylveon has to come in.
I agree. If it's
Sylveon?
there.
Oh, it's T
Oh, it's not
Landers.
there.
Okay, it's late. That's fine.
That's fine. You save the Garchomp for that
The
Melmetal, and
Melmetal.
suddenly Stefan's in a really good spot here.
Yeah, and the Lugia is just going to take care of whatever health is left on this, right?
Yep.
So he gets the shield, which is good.
I
He
don't
does
think you shield this.
no. There's no reason to shield this because this is not Therian Landers. This is less. This will do less damage. Yeah, you
You
don't care.
do get to another Stone Edge, but I think the Landers can shield and farm down if it needs to, or just not shield. It doesn't need to shield this, to be honest.
Yeah, you could let it go. Save the shield for the Melmetal.
Oh,
Oh,
it does shield. Okay,
it does make sense, but the thing is, this is gonna get a lot of farm.
a ton of farm. That's a
A
ton of
lot,
farm.
a lot. And now I think Stefan's in a really tough position. Like because the
The
Lugia's
thing is,
useless now. Lugia's useless.
it's not. The thing is, Lugia can eat all this energy, no problem.
Yeah. It
He can eat
has
it
to
all,
eat
no
this.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it has to eat the energy. But once the Melmetal comes in, right? That's the moment in the game where
you just switch into
Stefan can say, yep,
you
there's
switch
the
into
Melmetal.
switch. This is no problem at all, though,
Yeah.
because you
Take
switch into this Earth Power
yeah.
and
Earth
save the
power
Lugia.
right away. Do not take the flash cannon. Yeah, this is a smart play.
I mean, you can just take the Flash Cannon after this. As long as you
And
save the shield for Lugia, this game is probably
yeah,
over
yeah,
because
this almost yeah. And the
yeah,
thing is here that yeah, he let this go.
let's go.
Trying
Yeah.
to mud shot farm down the Garchomp's not even a realistic option
The
for
thing is,
this.
what you can do is you can just Sand Tomb that Landorus and then Dragon Tail it down with Lugia.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna do for sure.
Mhm.
Sand tomb this so that the Dragon Tails, and he's quite close to a Sky Attack already.
Yep, and Lugia he's got a shield to get this game's over. He can tank a
Yeah,
Rock Slide
yeah. Let this
and Sky
go,
Attack.
and this is
Oh, he's shielding. Okay.
okay. I mean, it still works the same way because he could
Yeah.
just get the double Sand Tomb, really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
because
think you need a shield here, but I guess you could.
oh, but then he's forced to throw. Makes
This is
sense.
fine. Lugia can still comfortably tank a Rock Slide in the back and should
Definitely.
have no problem getting to a Sky Attack.
Oh,
Or just
okay, that
farming down, to
kills
be honest.
him. Yeah,
Yeah.
or just throw it
GG's.
anyway.
Well
Yeah,
played. Well played there.
very nice games. I think if I remember correctly, this is a tied even series or something like that.
Yeah, and it's 2-2
2-2.
to end the game, and that was just brilliantly played. That was one of the better sets I've seen in a while, Kevin, with that
Yeah.
Garchomp play, the Melmetal. Melmetal is a Garchomp counter confirmed.
Oh my gosh! Like if you, I mean, he either gets to tell the story. Hey, I thundershocked the Garchomp down to win a
Yeah.
game, and his
Next week he'll
believe
lead
it.
Garchomp he'll lead Melmetal into Garchomp and be like, "This is a great lead. I win this. No problem at all."
Not a problem, man. But those are some amazing, amazing games from
Yeah.
all of the competitors today that
Both
we've all
played really
seen.
well. Everyone played really well today. Do you want to take a
Yeah,
look at the overall
yeah.
stand?
From
Yeah.
all of the competitors today that
Both
we've all
played really
seen.
well. Everyone played really well today. Do you want to take a
Yeah.
look at the
All these
overall
battlers
stand?
move up to in the overall standings.
Yes, let us do it.
Let's get this to load up a little bit here. So it's a minute.
Yeah, we're gonna get the points for round 6, which we just finished,
Yeah. So
and
now I'm
then we
curious,
will.
where did Oscar end for the day? Right. That's the
There we go.
question.
So we
So
see there
just
Oscar went 1-3 against David, so David got the 2 points there.
well,
Seven,
he
eight,
actually
nine.
tied. He won against 7-8-9, and he tied against. But I remember that series because in game 3 he got boosted on by that Togekiss, and
Yeah,
then on
and we
that
see
last
three
game
ties
it was
here. We see three ties
tough.
between Oscar and Cabana, between Cabana and Blazingly Blaze,
Blazing Boost.
and Heater and Stefan. We got
Fun.
3 ties, so they'll each get 1 points for those. You see Goku with the 4-0 getting 2 points. Oscar getting 3 points against 7-8-9. Again, 2 points against 7-8-9. And yeah, let's take a look at the rankings. See where everybody lands after round 6 of battles here.
Definitely. take a look. We have Goku at the number 1 spot. He gets his 2 points. Stefan moves up to third at 9. And Blazing Blaze, well, technically they're tied based on overall record, so they are tied for second. Oscar safely moves up the 4th place, is now tied with Heater for the 4th and 5th spots. And David is right there at the 6th spot, still in danger of relegation because just right behind them is 7, 8, 9. Snipe Bra at 4 and 3, and Cabana and Fatal Error are still down there. They still have a shot to get out of that relegation spot. You need to be at 5 points ahead to get out of relegation. But there's still lots of battles to come off for these battles. And I think Cabana's put himself in a good position to try and get out of that relegation side. Because those could have been easily 3-1s for Cabana's side, but obviously he fought out of his way to get points on the board for himself. And I thought if there's a battle I wanted to shout out, it's definitely Cabana because before these standings came out, he was dead last, had no points to show for, and the fact that he got those wins, gets the ties, really puts him in a somewhat more favorable position. And I think
Yep.
this will give him an opportunity to play out the rest of his games against the rest of the field here, which I'm so excited to see.
And quick shout out to Goku, whose amazing sweep there pushed him into number 1. Blazingly Blaze still in an amazing spot in the number 2 spot with Stefan tied there. So they're all in a really good spot. And like you mentioned, Kevin, that number 6 slot is looking really good for everyone at 7, 8, 9, and 10. Because David only has 5 points. So everybody, as you said, still has an opportunity to climb up to that 6th spot
Yeah,
to just save
yeah,
themselves from
yeah.
relegation.
The only
So
thing you gotta look out here though is David has 1 to 3 matchups over the rest of these competitors. He's played the least amount of
yeah,
sets.
that's a
If
good
you
point,
look
actually. That's a
very
very good point.
if you look
Yeah,
very carefully. So David still has a really good favorable position here. All he has to do
yeah,
is just score a couple of ties and wins, especially, right?
yeah.
So
And if you see there, 7, 8, 9 is technically in 7th place, but he's also played 7 sets. So Cabana and Sniped Bra have only played 5 sets, so they could definitely
yeah,
pass 7, 8, 9 once they catch up in sets played.
yeah.
And the way it works here is you just play your sets whenever you're free. We had 3 rounds of Oscar today, so Sniped and Cabana might just play extra next time, and might once they catch up in sets might move ahead in the standings.
Definitely. But overall, I think just watching, getting to see all these battles in their glory, their different types of Pokemon come into play in a draft format. And this is the Master League Classic draft format. So this is something, for I know a lot of us will say this, but next season, Go Battle League will be at a point where it seems to be non competitive. There will be no ELO. And this would be a really great opportunity for you out there, Bowders. If you ever have an opportunity to do a draft, whether it's in the Master League or Great League, Ultra League, there's many other places to find some open competitions like these. Give yourself a challenge, build some unique Pokemon you have yet to try, and give these competitions a shot. So you feel free, you could find PoGoRaids here at discord.gg. It's /Henky, please. You could join the PoGoRaids Discord there. And the next stream will be on Friday, March the 4th. So
So
that
that'll
will
be
be
next
next
Friday.
Friday. Next
Next Friday.
Friday.
Yep.
So you guys, if you guys are down to watch this really awesome content of Master League Classic battles with all the spice, all the meta picks out there, this is the place to go. And a big thank you to our producers. We have Fish on the Heater. Also, you could see them at twitch.tv/Palatine PvP. Raw Brooks for all the setup and the logistics behind there. And Rizlord can also go see him on this website here.
Yep.
And Toshi, do you have any more shout outs you'd like to give out?
No, thanks. You
Bring that up.
handled that pretty well. The PoGoRaids community is an amazing group of battlers, so definitely check in next Friday for the next round to see how these battles take place. And yeah, thanks a lot again to Rarbooks behind the scenes for helping us out with those technical difficulties early on and just putting up an amazing stream and amazing content for everybody. Thanks a lot to everybody in chat for sticking with us. Chat was amazing today. A ton of awesome comments that really made it more fun for myself and Kevin. And thanks a lot to you, Kevin, for hanging out with me and doing this afternoon.
Well, we definitely want to say thank you so much, Toshi, for hanging out with me on this call as well to do this shoutcast. I'll just tell you right this off the bat. This is the very first time I've ever been asked to do a shoutcast, and I hope I did a really good job on my first ever start on shoutcasting.
Yeah,
So
it was a lot of fun.
it was try to be a little bit dramatic with my voice here, see this here and there, but
And
also try to
the
read the
dark
matchups, call out some stuff, and just look at how amazing it is just to see all these battlers come out and just showcase what it means to play in a Master League Classic draft. So if you
for
guys
sure.
are again interested, come watch the next stream from PoGoRaids next Friday, March 4th. And feel free to join the Discord for more information on these competitions that you guys can join for sure.
Absolutely. All right, we're gonna
Anyways,
raid Math Magic. Everyone hop in there. Tell
mm,
Timmy we said what's up, and we will see you all later on. Enjoy the event tomorrow, and enjoy your
and
weekend. And
yeah,
we will
yeah,
hang out.
we will hang out. Enjoy the Johto Tour event. Hope you get lots of shinies, and make sure if you decide to go out there, stay safe and have fun, and just enjoy the time out there. Have a good day, everyone, and we hope to see you all for the next stream. Good night, everyone.